Testing 1 2 1 2. Can you guys hear us? All right, let's go. Let's do this, guys. So those of you watching, this is your boy Che right here.
What's up, y'all?
This is Kenny Stapler. It's good. So what you guys are gonna watch is kind of a raw feed. When you listen to the show on the app or wherever you listen to the podcast, you're gonna hear an edited version. What you're gonna get right now is raw, uncut. Pillaging Just For Fun.
That's right.
Pillaging Podcast, raw and uncut.
That's it, raw and uncut.
So we do a lot of stuff in post, like the music. You will not be hearing the music tonight. If you want to hear the interview with Phil Villapiano, and that's about an hour long, you're going to want to listen to the show back tomorrow on your app or whenever you get to it. That'll be in the second half of the show. So that interview is pre-recorded, and that's why you're not hearing it now. Normally, you'll be able to hear all of our guests and all that. I think we got all the kinks worked out. We will be having Kane on for an extended segment in the first segment tonight, so you should be hearing that too. Hopefully, that's gonna work. But yeah, I can see you guys in the chat section right now. So going forward, if this works out, the ICU segment is going to be featuring you guys sitting in the YouTube. So we're just getting ready. We're getting prepped up. And we're about to get into the intro here in about a minute. So bear with us. I appreciate you guys joining us on this here maiden voyage of the Pillaging stream.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Ben Lara says he loves going raw. How many kids you got, Ben?
Better not be more than 10. It's time to change something.
And yes, we vape. Don't judge us. If you haven't gotten yourself one of these,
oh yeah,
get over to pj4f.com/shop. Get yourself a mug.
Get yourself a mug.
I don't care what you put in it.
A canteen.
Yeah.
Shot glass.
Shout out Baltimore. Shout out to D-Boy in Baltimore. I used to be a D-Boy myself. I'm not proud of it. But you got to do what you got to do to make ends meet. Am I right?
That's right.
Now I help the kids.
That's right. No judgment, man.
Now I help the kids.
Kenny love the kids.
Love the kids. Trick Daddy was just on Hot Ones. You got to check that out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Throwing down them wings, huh?
All right,
Did he make it all the way through?
I didn't watch the episode yet.
Oh.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah.
Has he got something coming out?
Oh, Ben Lara loves going raw. He's 21 years old.
You ain't gonna love it.
No kids yet. Pull out game strong. Real quick before we get started, let me test something out. We have a standby screen, and I want to make sure you guys can see it because when we go to break, I'm probably going to flash this. Unless you guys want to see us just dicking around during the break, we can go either way. Maybe a bad choice of words. Let me know if you can see this. What's up, Kevin? Shout out Sacktown. I'm creepy, man. Creepy, man. I'm creepy. That's what it is. Yeah, you guys can see that. All right, cool.
Perfect. Gotta get loose.
Kobos, my man. Kobos is up in there.
What's up, Kobos?
Yeah, we get down on Twitter. My man Kevin Wynn's on there. Kevin Wynn will comment on anybody's post, and he'll let you know, too. That's what I like about Wynn. Me and Wynn don't always agree, but I appreciate that. Thing is, Kevin Wynn will get in a heated argument with you, still be all cool. You know what I mean? Some people get all in their feels and shit.
Hey, man. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, it's
You ain't gotta
football.
get no feelings about it.
It's football. It's what we're here to do.
That's it, man.
All right, Jay Stees. I'll see you too. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. You ready to get it?
Let's do it.
All right, let me switch over here to Ableton. Ableton's the preferred recording method, in case you guys are wondering.
That professional quality.
That's it, because I like to do bass music as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bass.
All right, make sure I get a record here. Do. Looks like we're live. All right, let's hope I don't mess it up. Can I get a sound check, Che?
Check 1, check 2.
Che 1, Che 2.
That's right.
Check 1, check 2. All right. Caffeine, in case you guys were wondering.
This ain't no caffeine right here.
What you got, the denogonizer?
This is that denogonizer.
Those are serious. All right, let's go. It's going to be a long one, guys. Well, actually, no, you ain't going to hear the Villapiano interview. I did a full interview with Phil earlier this week, so you'll have to hear the playback for that one. So I still got you on the downloads. Ha. Sure. All right. In case you were wondering, I don't read the intro over the music. It just happens to line up perfectly every single week. We're that good.
That's right.
That good. All right, I might not see the comments here for a minute because I got to switch over to my notes. But let's get into it.
Let's do it. Nice.
Got to clear out the pipes, dog. You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, companion podcast to PillagingJustForFun.com. That's PJ4F.com, the only Raider fan site made by Raider fans for Raider fans. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by Creative Media Design Studio. Check them out at CreativeMediaMonterey.com. Yo, it's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Che?
Oh, we're live, man.
We're live and direct.
We're live and direct for the fans.
We're inside your phone.
We're here. We're inside your phone. We're inside your apparatus, whatever, your iPad,
Kick back with the apparatus.
your PCs.
Some of these fools are freaks. I know it. We are inside your living room right now. Those of you that are listening back to the playback, you're getting some special bonus stuff. We're gonna have a 1 hour interview with Phil Villapiano.
Yeah.
It's spelled Villapiano,
Okay.
but people say Villapiano.
See, I almost want to pronounce that double L in Spanish.
Villapiano.
Yeah. But I don't know how.
He's
I'm sure
Italian.
he's Italian, so I know that they don't do that. So.
So anyways, yeah, man, this is what it is. We'll be live on YouTube every week. If you want to check out the live video stream, you can go over to youtube.com and search the Pillaging Podcast. We're just shy of the amount of followers we need for our own custom domain there because we're just getting started.
Oh yeah.
On YouTube, that is.
We've only been doing this for how long? A
coming
season and a half.
Yeah,
Season and a half.
Just about.
Yeah.
But yeah. That being said, we got a lot of listeners, a lot of new listeners every week.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. But yeah, we encourage you to go over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel so we can get that domain. Click that little bell, smash that bell, as
Yes.
they say. Yeah, so you know when we're going to go live. I'll do my best to tweet that out every week. Those of you that are with us this week, we appreciate you. We'll give you some shout outs during the second segment of the show.
Oh yeah.
And thanks for finding us. I tweeted out a few bum links earlier, but if you found us, cool. And I promise it'll be a lot smoother going forward. So that was me taking a drink of coffee. and Che not filling in.
My bad.
It's like silence is on you, dog.
My bad. I'm responsible for that one.
So yeah, let's get into it, bro. We there's not a lot of news this week, but we do have the schedule.
Yes, we do.
So let's go ahead and break that down.
Let's do it.
First and foremost, though, Albert Breer interviewed John Gruden this week about the upcoming season, their current little training camp, whatever you want to call it. It's not really training camp, but you know what I mean.
Volunteer
workouts. Yeah. He's excited, man. He mentioned a new way of doing things. They're running a lot of drills.
Yep.
He's interested to see what sticks, what works, what doesn't work. He's saying not everything's going to be run at full speed, but they have 99% attendance right now, so it's everybody minus Khalil Mack. And
What about Carl Joseph?
yeah, I saw a picture of Joseph today.
Because he was out in he was out helping out Cliff Averill with some.
He was abroad. He was in Haiti, maybe?
Haiti.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Haiti. They were building something out there.
White, blacks,
But they were also
Puerto Ricans,
doing
and
football.
Haitians.
They were doing football camps and they were helping build stuff out there. So that's cool, man.
Yeah.
I think schools maybe.
Yeah, something like that. But I saw a picture of him today running. So that's promising. Another picture I saw shortly after we mentioned the Conley situation.
Yeah.
There was a picture of him running.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't received any news that he's been cleared to run, so if that's an old picture, I'm not sure. I'm sure one of the pillagers here will let us know what that was.
He's been posting
Okay.
himself.
Oh.
That picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then it's all good.
I think so.
All right.
I think so.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
But yeah, the schedule is out. Told you guys a few weeks ago I expected us to have 3 primetime games because they're going to want to put Gruden on TV.
You were almost spot on.
4
games.
4 primetime games.
That's right.
So even more. A few Monday nighters in there. We got a Thursday nighter in there. And Thursday night, no more color rush. You know, not a lot of people didn't like us wearing all white. I happen to really like those unis at home or away. I wasn't really tripping. But that means the Niners won't be wearing black when we play them on Thursday Night Football.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because that's ridiculous.
It's very
So you
ridiculous.
can get the hell out of here with that.
A few of you had mentioned going to Throwback Thursdays for Thursday Night Football, and I think that's a good idea. Maybe wearing throwback jerseys. It won't happen this year, but I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
An even better idea is just getting rid of Thursday Night Football entirely.
I'm sure the players are on board with that one.
Yeah. I forget who it was. One of the players did mention doing that. But yeah. Thursday night's here to stay.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
You can't argue it, man. It's a short week.
Yeah.
No one likes a short week. Not when it comes, not unless that means that you're gonna be taking a break on your short week.
Right. The bonus for us this year is we don't have to travel on that short week. We'll be playing down the 880 in Santa Clara. So
Yeah. That's true.
which is the final battle of the Bay.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly.
We touched on that last week, but I just wanted to mention it again. So whether or not this will still be a big deal moving forward once we land in Vegas, I think to those of us here that remain fans, it will be. But those of you out there abroad that felt like this was a big deal, there's a few of you, maybe not so much. I don't know. Hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Pillage Just For Fun. Pillage Just the number 4 Fun. Let us know what you think about the Battle of the Bay after this year. What's that going to look like? What's that going to feel like? By the way, if you're hearing some background noise, we got the windows open. It's starting to get warmer.
Yeah.
It's a nice night.
It's nice. Nice little breeze going on outside.
Yeah.
We wanted to stay cool.
Yeah.
You don't want to see us all sweaty on the camera, man.
Nah, no one
not
wants
good.
to see that. No one wants to see that. But
Us readjusting and stuff.
and we're not talking about microphones or cameras. Yeah. So so that's what's good with the Battle of the Bay. One that I like a lot is the Christmas Eve game. Broncos coming to Oakland on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mistakenly tweeted out we were going to play Denver at Denver on Christmas Eve.
Right.
I think I was just a little too excited.
You got a little excited.
Yeah.
That's because we're playing them second game.
Second game
Second game in Denver.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I personally like the cold away games. I know it hurts our chances, but as a viewer, just watching football being played in the snow and all that, you gotta love that,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Not you like it. It's cool. It looks cool. Looks great on TV, right? It's like a whole completely different environment,
Yeah.
but you know also that we don't necessarily always do very well
Right.
in those type of games. So
Right.
I prefer not to have them.
Hey, there's only one way to get better, bro.
This is true. This is true.
And then lastly here, the schedule finishes up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Chill.
Yeah. And that's gonna be a cold one.
That's gonna be a cold one. It looks like I might be spending New Year's Eve in Kansas City.
Okay.
So
All right.
that should be
Gent.
with Gent.
Gent.
Yeah.
You hear that, Gent?
I texted him today. He never responded, so he might have been shell shocked. He might have been like, it's gonna be cold out there.
He lives out there. He don't even want to be out there.
No, he doesn't. But we'll see what happens. We'll play that by ear. It's a tough time of year for everybody. So it's still technically the holidays.
Yep.
And depending on who you are, New Year's Eve can be a family holiday. We're not all like Ben. We're not all 21 with no kids. That's the inside joke for those of you that were on the stream before the show started. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'd like to get out there though. It'll be a cold one. To be honest, like it was really nice when I went out there last year, and
it looked nice, man. All the pictures you were sending me, it didn't look too bad. It definitely looked like it was chilly.
Yeah.
Definitely, it looked like you needed some layers.
Yeah,
but it wasn't no full on blizzard.
No. In fact, at the tailgate, I was glad I had the layers. It was cold in the morning, and then once we got to the game, it was pretty warm up there. But I was lightweight, kind of disappointed it wasn't cold. I wanted that full.
You wanted that experience.
Yeah.
You wanted to go hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash cut to December 30th when I'm like, get me the hell out of here. So I might be changing my tune on that if I make it out there. So Raider Mike says he does not like the snow because it reminds him of the tuck rule. Bro, we gotta move past this, dog. We really got to move past
trauma,
this.
bro.
It is trauma.
It's trauma, man. It's not that easy. You can't just tell somebody get over it.
So I don't know, man. We're here at the end of the quick hit segment. It was literally a quick one.
It is a quick one.
I do want to again remind everybody listening to go find our YouTube page and subscribe to us. Hit the notification button. Also follow us on Twitter at Pillaging Just For Fun and on Instagram the Pillaging Podcast. And if you haven't, please go check out the website pillagingjustforfun.com or pj4f.com. We are more than just a podcast. Now we have been putting out a lot of written content, but as we get near the season, it'll start coming. We do publish fan submitted articles. So if you fancy yourself a writer, please shoot me an email at pillagingjustforfun at gmail.com.
Yeah.
If you have the app, the address is right in there. You can email us directly from the app. You can call us directly from the app.
Yeah.
Which also reminds me,
download
the app. Now available for iOS and Android. But yeah, back to the writing. Chase on Twitter, he's Raiders Unsung. He's actually about to go to analytics school for football, so he's gonna grow that brain.
Yeah, it's already big. I don't know how much room he's got in there.
That thing's about to pop, dog.
Yeah.
But he's been breaking down the most explosive plays from the 2017 season.
Yeah.
Now most people think of 2017 and explosive, and the only word that comes to mind is diarrhea. But Chase, not to be confused with Che.
No, not to be confused with Che.
Chase has actually found the diamonds in the rough.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few of them. We're on volume 4 now. And so
wow.
You get video breakdowns and a little bit of a writing breakdown in there. So pj4f.com, you can find that article. You can find the other 3 installments there. And as we near the season, we'll be getting more. And as we near the playoffs, we got the playoff pontificator that comes out.
There you go.
And I read a lot of the likelihood, the numbers about how to get into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I got to say that our playoff pontificator, which is written by Tuck Rule Fool, speaking of the Tuck Rule, I really honestly think it's the best one out there.
Hey man, it definitely breaks it down to the very little last percentage. Yeah.
Cosine, tangent.
Everything, man. He's using algebraic equations.
It's wild. And I mean, the best thing about it is it's geared towards your Oakland Raiders. I mean, a lot of these you watch, and it's just a quick blurb on each team and what they need to do. But Tuck really explores all the things. So I'm getting ahead of myself. That's a ways away. But I'm just trying to sell the website. And then, of course, you got the shop is on there. You can get your gear. You can get your mug and all that good stuff. So.
T-shirt, your mug, you get it all.
Yeah.
All at the same time, man.
And I'm working with Tony and Steve. Hopefully, if you guys are listening, I want to try to get another design out for the season.
Oh, yeah.
Or possibly get the one we have now, maybe on some sweatshirts for that colder weather.
That'd be dope.
But y'all help me out for free. So, we give you all the proceeds from the sales, and you help us out by putting our stuff on some fresh gear. So that's on you. I know I'm asking for a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if you need a brother to come down there and dry shirts or fold shirts or pack boxes, hey, you got my number, dog. I'll do whatever it takes. You're helping us. I want to help you too.
We'll run the screen printer, man. Just let us know how to do it.
Yeah. I'm all, the thing looks expensive.
We won't break it. We might mess up some shirts, though.
Yeah. We might. Those are the ones we get to take home.
That's it. Those are the freebies.
But anyways, so we got Phil Villapiano this week. That segment's going to be in the second half of the show. So if you're used to our normal format, we're actually going to flip-flop this week. We're going to take a short pause right now.
Yep.
We're going to get Raider Kane on the phone, and we're basically just going to run through this schedule. So you guys cool with that?
I'm cool with it.
All right. Well, as long as you're cool with it, we're good, bro. As far as I'm concerned. So yeah, let's take a slight pause, and I don't know if I don't know if we'll keep the stream going. Yeah, let's keep the stream going. What the hell? They could watch the chit chat.
Okay.
You guys want to see what's going on behind the scenes, so we'll let it run this week and see.
Yeah.
If I get in trouble, we're shutting that thing off next week. Yeah. So we'll see you guys on the other side. We out, y'all.
Peace.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
We're paused right now. YouTube people, should we let the camera run? You guys want to see all this shenanigans? By shenanigans, I mean Che leaving to go to the bathroom and stuff.
Not yet, man. I'm not through the beer yet, man.
Okay. The camera doesn't go into the bathroom, not the. Yeah. Ice Cold Honky is now in the chat section. Everybody,
Give him hell.
everyone's been put on notice.
Give him hell.
Yeah, give him hell. Give him your best black hole treatment. Pretend he's wearing a Chargers jersey.
Pretend you're Kenny and you're about to push him down the stairs.
Alleged. Andres, we do play the Donkeys on the 16th in Denver. We play them also December 24th in Oakland.
Yeah.
Be there, y'all. I think I might try to do this Christmas Eve game this year.
That'd be dope.
Depends.
I can't do Christmas Eve, man. That's when it. That's when the family gets hyphy over here.
Tom Plunk is telling us not to do any drugs on camera. Don't worry about that, Tom. That's behind us. I mean, it's like literally like right behind us, so you can't see it.
Keep that off air.
Anyway, yeah. I should probably get Kane on the phone. Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
You know what you could have done with this coffee though.
Spiked it.
Drop a little bourbon up in there.
Yeah, I do have some bullet down
You
there.
still got some of that bullet, huh?
Yeah. All right. See, the YouTube subscribers are coming in hot and heavy.
Let's see what I got here, man.
All right. Those you guys on YouTube here, can you guys hear it? Is the audio okay? Can you hear the sound effects? Like, can you hear this? Make sure I get a record here. Doop doop doop. Looks like we're live. Whoops. Gonna get Kane on the phone, guys. So you let me know if you can hear his audio too. David Mark says perfect. Lars says yes. Rita Mike says they can hear the sound effects. Dope. We're in your ear hole. Coming to you live and direct in your ear hole.
Kicking that mad flavor in your ear.
That's what it is.
R.I.P. Craig Mack.
Yeah, rest in peace, Craig Mack.
Yeah.
Please leave your message for
Marcella.
Kane's going straight to voicemail. Let me hit him up again. Raider Cannon, thanks for putting us on IG, man. I appreciate that. The fact that Google Hangouts doesn't save phone numbers pisses me off. The fact that I haven't memorized this phone number also pisses me off.
Hey, it's the day and age that we live in, bro.
I know.
Ain't no remembering phone numbers no more. You just got a name that's saved on your phone, and you click it. That's it.
Yeah, Tom, we're vaping fools. That's true. But yeah, you don't want to see me doing illicit stuff on here, so This is it. Let me try calling him again.
Message.
All right, y'all. Just hang in there for us. We're waiting on Kane. He's probably maybe finishing up dinner or something like that. Thanks for all the follows on IG, guys. See you guys coming in.
Yep. For those of you who have followed me on the Twitter sphere, thank you for that as well.
Well, yeah, we got to mention that when we come back from the break. You are now a member of the Twitter fam, Twitter village.
Finally.
Raider Mike, send me the link to your video, or just show me the link to your YouTube page, and we'll subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Jay Raider still doesn't know his girlfriend's number. It's been 6 years. Yo, bro, I just realized I don't know my girl's number either. I just know her contact name. I can't mention that on the air. By the way, if it takes us a bit to respond, it's because there's a delay. You guys are hearing this and seeing this on a slight 10-second delay, and then obviously we get your comments on that same delay. DM me on Twitter, Mike, if you want. That'll be good. On YouTube, I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube. Yeah, so just DM me on Twitter. You should be able to message us. If I'm not following you and it won't let you message us, just at me and I'll follow you real quick. We should be following just about everybody that follows us. So.
Yep. We will follow you.
Yeah, I got Kane's number locked in now. Bear with us, guys. This is what it's like, raw and uncut. It was real exciting.
It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting.
By the way, we're here in the South Bay, California. It is 8:40 our time.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
That's why I got a little mixture of coffee and beer going on right now.
Yeah, it's kind of got you evened out, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Got to stay balanced in all things in life.
We're gonna wing it on the schedule breakdown. I know there's been a lot of transactions and moves. I know some of them. I don't know all of them, but we'll do our best to make some predictions here and just kind of riff on it. You know what I mean?
We like to keep everything raw and uncut.
Raider Roo
Our
says
takes.
Raider Roo says he knows his wife's number, which is good because you're logged in on her YouTube account right now with her real name, by the way. I'm just saying. Jay Raider says our uncut is still more entertaining and organized than some other podcasts. Well, you know.
We try to keep it professional
We keep it
up in here,
professional.
even though we don't really consider ourselves all that professional.
Ice Cold Honky says 10 million per year equals about 5 mil per win this upcoming year. So we're going to run the table? Oh, wait, no, he's saying 2 wins. You're saying 2 and 14. That's a ice cold take right there from the Ice Cold Honky.
Could you expect anything less?
Ben Lara wants to know what beer you're drinking.
It's that denogonizer, man. That Drake's denogonizer.
All right, Mike, I see
Double
you.
IPA.
Double IPA. I can't get down with the grapefruit beers, bro.
There ain't no grapefruit up in this one. It's all hoppy, bro. Got 91 IBUs, and for you beer drinkers, you know what that means.
I'll be up in this.
All up in this.
All right, Raider Mike, I'm subscribed to YouTube. I'm going to check out that video a little later, maybe while I'm doing the editing. I'll check that out, maybe in the morning. I'll check that out.
Kenny's on a break right now from work. So he's got a little bit of time on his hands.
That's it. I start the new job Monday. War Crimes, a.k.a. Undertow, says Denogonizer's like 500 proof beer. Undertow, what's the score right now? Because I'm not watching the Dubs game. What's it look like?
Ain't nobody concerned about that, man. Come on now. You guys are going to probably sweep these fools. You see G Moody before the playoffs started talked about the Spurs knocking out the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was just listening to that before you came over.
I was like, nope.
It's 94-77. What quarter is it in? Is that the first quarter?
It's the second.
Yeah, Jay Raider, I'm hearing the McGlinchey to the Raiders talk too. If that's the case, we're trading back for show. We're not taking McGlinchey at 10. That's not happening. Raider Cannon's wife says she's entertained. I think I read that message right. Oh, yeah, she's a big Raiders fan, too. I'll see you on Twitter.
Dope. A lot of love, man. We appreciate it all.
We do appreciate we appreciate the love. That's the thing. I think that's, again, I'm not talking down about any. Oh, it's the 4th. Okay. Yeah, that's about right. What was I about to say?
About the thing about our fans?
Yeah, our fans. We pride ourselves on interacting with the fans.
Hell yeah.
Right.
We're all Raiders, man. Y'all should come down to the tailgate and interact with us there too.
Yeah, we'll be out there in between D lot and I think the adjacent lot is B lot, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think it's A.
A lot. My bad. Yeah, you're right. A and D lot. We'll be somewhere in between there. We're going to get a banner and a table. We'll be podcasting out there before and after games this upcoming year. We're going to try to make almost every home game. We won't make every home game, but probably a good 5 or 6 out of the 7. At least 5.
Well, definitely we won't make them all because one of them's in London.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying out of 7. So, are we going to be on any games on the East Coast?
Man, I wish.
Daniel Jeremiah nailed Carl Joseph 2 years ago. So did I. War Crimes. So did I. But we will not be at any East Coast games this year. I may be at the KC game, and I'm going to try to get out to the Denver game.
Your boy Kane, though.
Kane.
He might.
Kane says he's going to be moving around a lot this year. So
yeah.
If you're not following Kane on Twitter, make sure you follow him, and he'll be tweeting out when he's going away to games. So we'll see. I don't know what my schedule is going to be like with work. So that New Year's Eve game might even be a stretch for me, but yeah, we'll see what's up. Monday night game though, that's going to be cool. Opening the schedule against the Rams. Did you see Todd's reaction?
Nuh-uh.
In the Rams facilities, they were kind of all gathered around till he was in the room, and then the NFL called them with the schedule announcement, and they were kind of going game by game, but it came up on the board, and he was just kind of like staring at it like, But yeah.
It's about to get spicy.
Che, what's your Twitter? We're going to announce it when we get back on the air.
It is Che_PJ4F.
And then Kane is Kane MT6.
Yep.
Not really sure what the 6 is. I know what the MT is. I don't know if he wants you to know what the MT is. So I'm not going to say. All right. Where's Kane at, man? Shoot.
Oh, man. Said he was up early this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully we didn't lose him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's like.
We all got regular ass jobs, people.
Our jobs aren't regular, dog, to be honest.
Well, we got jobs like everybody else,
Yeah.
I should say, right? They take up most of our day. We got to be getting up early for.
What Shay's trying to say is we are regular people.
There.
I'm a regular ass guy.
There you go.
I'm a regular man. I put my shirt on one leg at a time, just like you guys, every morning.
Your pants on one arm at a time.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to keep it interesting.
And then
for
you
myself,
walk into
man.
the bathroom, you're like, what the hell am I doing? Damn. I'm a lot more tired than I thought I was.
Especially on Friday mornings, man. This show goes late. Y'all, we there's a lot of prep that goes into the show, especially today, getting the stream working. And then after the show, the editing and stuff. This is about a 2-hour show. I'd say we put about 6 to 7 hours a week on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we really appreciate all the interaction and stuff.
A lot of that's Kenny. Kenny be doing all the edits, all the post-production stuff. That's all Kenny. So, mad props to him.
Props to you, dog.
Because this show wouldn't be happening without him. That's for damn sure.
Well, yeah. Hang in there, guys. We're just waiting. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys. You got any questions for us right now, and you can fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
I'm about to go fire right now.
When did we start the pod?
Mid-season, 2 seasons ago?
Yeah, I'll tell you right now. Yeah, no problem, man. We appreciate you guys. Let's see. When did we start the show? This was started. The website started in October 2016, and we're on episode. This is gonna be like I think episode 58. We missed some. We missed some when we started.
I think it was like week 7, bro. Week 7, week 9, somewhere around there.
Yeah. You joined the show just before the draft last year.
Yep.
Yeah, it's about a year. Yeah, a year and a half. I'd just say a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you guys a little story. Yeah, so we started in November of 2016. So we started the show. I started the website, and some of you guys probably know this. You guys probably know the story a little bit because I mentioned on the show, but we had an online community that lived in the chat section of IBA Buzz, which is inside the Bay Area. They had a Raider page on there. That's where Corcoran used to write and McDonald used to write. And that site got bought out. Normally how it worked is on that site is very, very similar to the way our site is set up now. A new article would post to the top of the page, and we would all jump to the new article and continue the conversation over there. And then when they got bought out by Mercury News, if you go over to their webpage, you will see that the posts are scattered about. It's really hard to tell what the latest post is. So I kind of saw that coming, that the community was going to kind of have a hard time probably keeping up with that.
Yep.
So I decided to create my own page. I had already been banned from that website for about 6 months or so.
Because Kenny comes with that fire.
Brought the fire, dog. They banned me permanently for life. I'm still banned at Mercury News and a few other sites. So I started my own site, and thanks to Kane, he got everybody migrated over. He's a bit of the blog father, as it were. He's like we would like to call him. And then Kane and I, we sometimes sit together at games. I also sit with my boy Forever, Raider Forever, St. Homer. And I was at a tailgate one day, and as you guys know, Kane's got a nice voice.
Yep.
He's also got some film experience. If you go check him out on IMDb, he's on there. And I got a lot of audio experience, and he had hit me up. He's like, "You thought about doing a podcast?" And I said, "Yes, actually. I used to do another podcast called the Drink Tank Podcast. It's done, but if you're interested, you can check out the old episodes. Went by producer Jason on that show. It's my real name for those of you guys that don't know. My name is not Kenny.
You gave up that government.
Yeah.
We always bleep it out.
Well, we're off the air right now, technically. You guys can keep a secret. And so I said, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So we brought Kane on. We did the show pretty regular. We missed weeks, and then as we got into the off season, the wheels kind of came off the wagon there. It was our first off season, so it was kind of hard to find things to talk about at that time for me. And Kane was starting a business venture, so he was routinely unavailable, working really hard hours, getting his storefront and everything set up. He did all the painting himself, all that. So it really kind of just fell apart, and then wanted to get back on the horse. Che was always going to be our fill-in guest. Che and I have known each other now for about 6 years.
Yep.
We work together. What you hear on the show is basically exactly what it sounds like when Che and I talk to each other, except there's no background music.
Yeah.
Sometimes. There's no sound effects ever. But I decided
Except
to
the ones that I make.
Yeah. So we brought him on, and then I think it was week 1, opening day. I ran into Kane at the tailgate, and we were going to bring him back on. By that time, things had settled down, and it wasn't until a little bit later in the season, I think it was the Thursday night football game, we recorded live. Well, not live, but we recorded on location. In the A-lot, and Kane was going to join us on that show. But as you know, Thursday night games, logistically, it's hard to get there early. Everyone's coming from work and stuff. So we didn't get him on that episode. But right after that was the introduction to Kane's Corner. And now we form like Voltron, and it's a trifecta of dopeness.
We run the triangle like Phil Jackson.
Yeah. Che's a Lakers fan. So.
Yeah, Kenny ait.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that, though. This ain't a Giants podcast, so you're safe, Che.
That's right. That's right.
Also a Dodgers fan. A lot of no hate though, because I know there's a lot of Laker, Dodger fans out there. It's an LA fan thing, so it's all love. As long as you're a Raiders fan, we bleed the same blood.
That's it.
You know, you could be a Raiders, Lakers, Dodgers fan, but that blood's silver and black.
Yeah, it is.
Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. So I'm not gonna tell you.
Raider Mike, you're not going to be drafted, dog. I don't know how to tell you this. Maybe undrafted free agent. So yeah. Ben Lars says to check out the Time Seekers on YouTube. I'll check them out. Check out the Bad Tenants. That's another one of our pillagers. That's his group.
There you go.
And they got a good band. They got a live hip hop band. They got saxophones, the whole 9. And then I'll actually be dropping a record here pretty soon. We're in the mastering process right now. Name of that group is called Modus Ops. It's me and Polygon, who's my co-producer, and that's pretty much all instrumentals. It's all electronic music, but it's all rooted in hip-hop. I used to put out hip-hop records back when I was younger. I was going to play one of my old songs on the show last week in the spirit of fast food because I got a verse, but it didn't go on there. But if you guys really want to hear that, I might throw that on there someday. I don't know. That moment maybe is past.
I don't know. Everybody wanted that cheeseburger talk today.
They did.
On Twitter, man.
I'm waiting for Kane's burger recommendation again this week.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to give Kane about 5 more minutes. Y'all hang in there. If not, we might just have to go into it, and then he can join us mid-conversation.
That being said, got to hit the head.
All right, bro. I hope everything comes out okay. By the way, Friskies, if you're on this, I'm not vaping weed. I'm not vaping tobacco either. I think nicotine is the word you're looking for. Nothing better than a white neighborhood SoCal In-N-Out. You know what? All In-N-Outs are fire, bro. I haven't been to a bad In-N-Out. But I haven't seen many that are not in white neighborhoods, to be honest. I don't know. In-N-Out's a fine establishment. They value quality. And I appreciate that. By the way, Wendy's also does not have freezers. So you might not have known that. The fries are trash. Fries are trash.
Can I say something about Wendy's since I caught that on the way in?
Yeah.
I don't trust their burger patties, man.
Because they're square?
Because they're square, exactly. I don't trust a square patty, bro. That's unnatural. It's not the way God intended a burger to look like.
Juice, what's up, man? Juice.
Yeah,
Juice, you need to get back in the studio, dog. Juice, by the way, everyone, warm welcome to Juice. Juice lives right down the street from me. We've been on the same blog for almost a decade, and it took me a long time to realize that.
Juice is also the first and only in-studio guest that we've had up until this point.
Raider Mike wants to know if he can drop a diss on Marquette Queen. Yes,
Drop it.
Drop it. And Mark was waiting for my song at the end of the last show. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just put it up on SoundCloud and you can catch it on Twitter or something. Our boy Silver and Black does the outro song. And I don't know. I really think it's a good bookend. So I really don't want to move it. It's just waiting on Kane. All right. We're going to have to get moving.
It's getting late up in here. Might have crashed, man. Said what? He was up at 4 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was I, but that's because I went to sleep at 4:30.
Again, Kenny's on break right now. Enjoying it.
I am.
Getting the most out of his day and night.
Playing a lot of NHL 2018 on Xbox. Go Sharks.
You master that yet?
Nah, man.
No?
I'm still on semi-promo. That's a tough one. The ice is very unforgiving. Yeah, Juice got a flag for the studio. We need that. I was going to swing through and pick that up from you today, Juice, but just time got away from me trying to get all this stuff set up. But should be pretty smooth sailing. Jonathan or Kobo says he found a grasshopper in his salad at Wendy's. Okay, that's a wrap for me. I'm never going back to Wendy's again.
Hey, that's a delicacy some places, man.
That's true. Was it alive, Kobos?
Was it toasted? Did it have some seasoning on it?
It tastes like a pistachio. Juice says he'll be back. Yeah, you better be back. Better get your ass back over here. All right, we're gonna just have to get into this right now. I'm waiting on Kane, but he might have stepped out. He might have taken a cat nap. But if he joins us, if you text me in a little bit, we'll get him in mid conversation. So,
and then we'll edit, in post, get that all cleaned up.
Yeah, Mike. You know what? I was having a conversation about the Vegas Knights. I was actually on Raiders fan radio last weekend, or actually this past weekend. If you don't listen to Raiders fan radio, I'd say that their production quality is right up there with ours. They do a really good job. Murph over there is an outstanding dude. So check out the last episode. I'm on there. It was a pretty good interview, I think. But he asked me about that, about the Raiders support for the Vegas Knights. And you know what? Maybe I should. No, I'll leave that on his show. We'll leave that exclusive to his show. But I'll tell you guys right now. To me, it's not surprising because you got two of the first professional sports teams ever in Las Vegas, and basically the first two on the dance floor. So it's likely that they dance with each other. I was not surprised at that at all. The Sharks have never really worked with the Raiders. They've never worked with the Niners. They've done some stuff with the A's. They've done some stuff with the Warriors. But I mean, it's really a Vegas thing at this point. They're going to support each other and expect more of that going forward, So I'm not really tripping. That's the NHL. I mean, if they were trying to show love for like the Broncos, I'd be outraged. But I'm not really tripping on that. Tom says he's getting a slight echo on the audio. I don't know what to tell you. Is the echo been going on the whole time? I don't know.
Could it be the two mics?
Could be. Could just be that the stream slowed down a little bit. But it should catch up with itself. So I'm going to switch off of this YouTube tab so I can stare at the schedule. Matter of fact, why don't I just split this screen in two so we can still holler at you guys.
Now you're using technology, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was made for.
I need a third monitor is what I need. Oh. There we go.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
Oh, you got that scenario now.
Drop Call Quest.
Yeah, rest in peace. 5 Dog. 5 Diggity.
That's right.
All right, cool. Now I can see both of you guys. Yeah, so that echo you're hearing is probably just a stream. It's trying to keep up with the lot right now. But when I was at 3 megabytes per second, this would have been unwatchable. But we're streaming at about 100, 110 megabytes per second right now. So it's not going to get much better like this, than this, I should say. And in order to get my digital audio workstation, basically in order to get the audio to you guys, all the audio, I got to kind of do a workaround, and that might be creating some of the echo too. So I apologize for that, but just bear with us. Hang in there. Again, like I said, this is raw and uncut. The final, Golden State 110, San Antonio 97. Bye-bye, San Antonio. I did not see Darren Carr roasting Dave on Twitter.
Derek Carr roasting who? Dave? Dave who?
I don't know. This is Dave, brother Dave.
Oh, his brother.
Yeah, either that or it's Friskies. I'm not sure who he's talking about. War Crimes are you on the blog? Because I don't know what your name is on the blog. This whole time I thought you were just on Twitter. Oh, we just got a new caller too. Homer's chiming in. All right.
He's gonna cuss you out. You called him out last time.
I did. We straightened that out. All right. Okay. We are funny. We are funny, Shannon.
Thank you for that.
But looks aren't everything. You know, like my mom said. She said, "You're real funny, but looks aren't everything." Okay.
Your mom was cold.
Juice wants to know what your shirt says.
It says schools, not prisons. Yeah. Hashtag schools, not prisons.
So a big thing that Shay and I do basically is this is a generalized statement, but we're trying to dismantle the school to prison pipeline. That's what we're trying to do.
There you go. Yep. Try to be positive influences.
And what if you guys just kind of blindly believe everything you read in the news, whether I don't care what your affiliation is, but if you're watching conservative news, I'm not going to get into politics because I don't care what your beliefs are, straight up. But if you believe that the school to prison pipeline doesn't exist, let me tell you, we see it firsthand every day. It exists. It's real. It's happening. The numbers don't lie, and we've seen real life accounts of it.
Yep.
Almost every single week in our area. So believe that, and believe that we're doing our best to fight for all these kids out there as much as we can.
That's right.
Yeah, we may start a charity someday. I think that needs to happen.
That would be fantastic, man.
Well, right now we're not making any money as it is, so
We need charity.
yeah. All right. So, anyways, post Undertow, post. You signed up, but you haven't posted. You need to post. All right. So let's get back into it, yo.
Yep.
It's enough. It's enough waiting around here. If Che wants to join us, he will.
I'm right here, man. I never.
I mean, sorry. When Kane wants to join us, he will. He's a busy dude, so I get that. All right, and we're back. Kane actually is not joined us yet. But this segment is still sponsored by NFLShop.com.
That's right.
Make sure you go to PillagingJustForFun.com, PJ4F.com. Click through the NFLShop.com banner. Whatever you buy, we get a percentage of that. Keeps this pirate ship afloat and on the water. We're high seas right now, bro.
Yes, we are.
And we just got our treasure map today.
Yes, we did.
And it came in the form of the 2018 NFL schedule.
You know what sits at the end of that treasure map, man? That prize.
That prize. What's the prize?
That's that Super Bowl prize.
That Lombardi trophy.
There you go, man.
There's a chest in there. Hopefully it's got our name on it. And if it doesn't, we're going to pillage that anyways.
Yes, we are.
That's what we do. That's what we do. So here we go. Let's start right off the bat. Week 1, Monday Night Football against the Los Angeles Rams. Big one right here, right?
That's a big one.
Gruden versus his mentee.
Yeah.
Rams are probably, I don't know, the hottest ticket in football right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't disagree with that, man.
Lots riding on their shoulders this year with their offseason moves. They had a pretty good showing last season, I got to say. Gurley's a beast. We know that. That defensive front is real strong.
Yep.
We know that much. Secondary looking pretty good, revamped, different. They let Johnson go, but they got Talib over there. And who's the second corner that they picked up?
Marshawn's cousin.
That's it. Yeah.
Peters.
So it's not going to be an easy out for the Raiders. It's not going to be an easy out either way. We're expecting also big things from this camp. Now, not the big offseason signings like the Rams, but there's only one name important in this offseason, and that's John Gruden.
That's it.
He's got these boys ready to play, chomping at the bit already. Seeing some sound bites even with Marshawn Lynch. He seems a lot more focused and a lot more focused on the business side of things, the town business.
Yep.
So what's your early prediction for this game, Che? This is a tough one.
This is a tough one, man. This is a tough one. The Rams are no joke. They're no joke. They weren't a joke last season. They're not going to be a joke this season. They're legit contenders for it all, to take it all.
Yeah.
So, man, I told you this was going to be difficult for me to do.
Just remind everybody, last year Che predicted 14-2.
No, 13-3.
13-3.
That's. Okay. I said that jokingly today on Twitter. I wanted to see who would come with me, and nobody raised their hands.
Yeah.
But to defend myself, I also called the 12-6. A 12 and what was it? 12 and 4.
12-6 with the extra credit.
12-4 the season before. So I had a reason to go 13-3. I thought we should improve, but I didn't take into account the coaching changes and all that stuff.
Right.
Let's not go back into that because I get a little mad. This is a tough one. This is a home game. I want us to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
My heart says we gotta win this game. This has to be our game.
Okay. What does your mind say?
My mind's saying, hey, man, that's gonna be a tough one to win.
I'll tell you what, man.
I'm gonna take the loss myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm gonna if we lose this game, I'm gonna take the loss myself. I'm gonna say it's a win. It's the first home game. It's a Monday night. We got Gruden back. Everyone in the house is gonna be ready for this game.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna call that a W.
You're gonna call it a W?
I'm gonna call it a W.
All right.
You can get mad at me. You those of you who are feeling like we gotta be more realistic.
I'm gonna call this an L, man. I'm gonna go out on a limb and call it an L. Somebody just mentioned in the YouTube chat that the Rams are a mirage. I think there's some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
We've mentioned the big ticket free agent signings typically don't pay out the way you think they will. But I think even the core of the team that's still there from last year is still a tough team. I think Gruden's going to be asking these guys to do a lot.
Yeah.
I think they will be prepared. I think it's going to be a close game. But my gut tells me that this is going to be an L.
Yeah.
Now, I predicted 9-7. knowing who our opponents were going to be without seeing the schedule. And I just think that the Raiders are going to show up. It's going to be early disappointment, and that's going to be some fuel in the tank to get ready for week 2, which is against the Denver Broncos.
That's right.
On the road. So back to you, Che.
Okay.
What you think, W or an L?
Man, try not to be a homer right now. Try not to be a homer right now, people. This is not easy.
Now, mind you, the draft hasn't happened yet.
Yes, the draft hasn't happened yet. Let's see. Denver away. Yeah, this is in Mile High.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take an L on that one.
Okay.
Not because I want to. Not because I don't believe in our boys. I feel like we're going to turn a leaf, man. But like you said, we got to be a little bit more controlled in our picks this season, especially after the catastrophe we had last season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and call that one an L, just because it's away, elevation. We're dealing with all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have some new guys, and maybe they haven't even gone to Denver.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm on the other side of this coin. So
Crucify me.
right now, the way I see it is we catch that early L. It's going to be fuel for the fire. But the one thing John Gruden is not going to do is not have this team prepared for a divisional opponent.
Right.
You got to figure he's been looking at Denver film all offseason. The AFC West teams have been high on his scouting schedule. He's breaking down film constantly. You got to imagine he's looking at those rivalries quite a bit. So I'm going to say that's a W for us on the road, getting back on track in week 2. Strong. For me, puts us ahead of schedule anytime you could beat a division rival on the road early in the season. Yes, it is Mile High. It's going to be tough. Like Marshawn Lynch said in the video today with Josh Johnson, going to work them lungs.
Yep.
But the weather will be nice, and I like that game. I like that game for us.
That is an advantage. The fact that we won't be out there in the cold, in the snow, that is an advantage. Like I said, man, I just don't want to call a loss in the first home game of the season. Can't do it.
It's all good. We got redundancy. You got your picks. We got my picks.
Yeah.
We fall back on one or the other. Right now, Che and Kenny, we got us sitting now 1-1, no matter how you dice it.
There you go. And you know what? As a matter of fact, when I called the 12-4 2 seasons ago.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't right on all the games.
No.
But we did break it down to 4-game segments. Remember that?
Yeah.
And we were pretty spot on
Yeah.
in every one of those segments. So even though one game that we called the win didn't go our way, we got one back.
Yeah.
In one that we called a loss.
You called that New Orleans game, so
Yeah, I did.
props to you. So let's move on to week 3 here. Let's keep it cracking. Week 3 at the Miami Dolphins. So back-to-back road games here. Raiders jump in the plane and they travel out to Miami. It'll be nice. It'll be sunny out there. Now, we had a game against the Dolphins last season. It was a scrappy win. It was not a pretty win. Marshawn showed us some stuff in that game. Johnny Holton had a big play in that game. Cook had a big play in that game. Cooper had a big play in that game. Cutler had quite a big plays in that game.
Yeah.
So back-to-back road games here on the road on the East Coast. What say you, Che?
I'm gonna call Dolphins a W, and it's just because of the people that they had to let go of on the defensive side specifically. As we all know, they had some financial issues, couldn't quite keep everybody intact. So that defense, I don't expect it to be as potent as it has been, or as strong as in certain areas as it's been. I wouldn't call it necessarily potent. But yeah, so I'm gonna call that a W. Like you said, good weather, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be hot, maybe it'll be muggy, whatever.
It might even be raining.
Yeah, there you go. It might be a little rainy, but I want to say that's a W for us. I feel good about our chances there. I feel like we're going to be able to do some things against them.
I'm calling that a W too. Again, I think it's a bit of a stretch considering back-to-back road games. But I think they're going to be riding high and drinking a lot of Kool-Aid after that Denver game. And any player that hadn't already bought in the Gruden system should have been by this time. Then again, those that hadn't bought in a Gruden system probably didn't make it through the preseason.
Right.
But I'm going to go ahead and I feel a little weird about this, but I'm going to call that a W. I think this potentially, though, could be an early trap game for the Oakland Raiders just because it is East Coast. And for whatever reason, historically, recently, we've struggled against the Dolphins. You know, you can go back to the overseas game. You can go back a season before that when we couldn't get anything going, couldn't run against that defense. Now it's a completely different team, but we have seen in the NFL that there are just these weird trends that seem to extend beyond personnel. It's just a thing. So, but I'm going to go ahead out on a limb and call that a W2. So right now, we have ourselves 2-1 on the road with you and I splitting the first two games. So, rounding out the first quarter of the season, week 4, back at home against the revamped Cleveland Browns.
Yeah. The Browns, I expect them to be better, man. I expect them to be a lot tougher than they've been in the past years. Obviously, they've been having number 1 picks for I don't know how many seasons in a row now, right? They've been up in the top 5 of the draft just about every single season.
That's it.
So you got to expect some of those guys to start paying off of them. I expect them to play us tough, especially if they pick up another tough defender at the beginning of this draft. They got the number 1 and the number 4 pick, right? Yeah. It'll be a tough game, closely contested game. But we're at home. I'm going to go W.
I'm going to go W2 just because I think that even with a retooled team,
still takes some time.
It still takes some time. You know, Hugh Jackson's your coach. I love Hugh Jackson's personality. I'm not buying into his organization or his preparation yet.
And what's the word on Garrett? Is he fully healthy? Is he 100% coming back?
That I don't know.
Yeah, that would be my other question, right?
Yeah.
Is where Garrett is. I know he got injured, midway through the season or something like that, and he kind of wasn't ever really fully back.
Yeah.
So my question would be, how strong is he coming back? Whether or not the Browns take Chubb, early on in that first half of the draft, and what kind of quarterback they got. Because they don't got one right now.
No. I'm going to call this a W. I'm also going to say that the Raiders get their first interception of the season in this game. And I think they'll be leaning heavy on the run, which we can stop. And, they do have a retooled team over there. Still a little light in the secondary. So I also see this as a game that the Raiders' passing attack actually gets back on track. Cleveland, remember, they didn't win a single game last year. So I don't think they'll have that big of a turnaround this season as far as, they're a retooled team. They're going to go 10-6. But,
right.
Cleveland's probably an 8-8 team this year. I could be wrong about that. I'm sure you guys will remind me if I am. But it's a W for us.
What they get? Did they get a win last season?
No, I think they went 0-16. Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're gonna go like 6-9.
6-9. All right, so somewhere between 6-9, 8-8. That seems like a somewhat of a realistic window. And I'm seeing here Undertow saying that we beat Miami last year. Yes, we did beat Miami last year. I mentioned that. It was a scrappy win though. It was
6-10. That would be 6-10, right?
Yeah, 6-10. There you go. So we have that both as a W. So right now, we're sitting at 4-1. I think between us. I feel like we're getting a little bit over our skis right now. So I might have to pump the brakes.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't want to be too homerish. So after the first quarter of the season, we're sitting at 3-1. I think I just said 4-1. 3-1. Not too shabby. John Gruden feeling himself a little bit. Coming back October 7th, another road game, not too far away. It is our only home away game this year, and that is against the LA Chargers.
Right.
So I'm going to take first on this one.
Go ahead.
Let's flip flop in this quarter.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to actually scribe this down as an L. Now, some of you guys won't hear the rest of the show because
you threw your phone out right
you
now.
threw your phone out the window. But I think that the Chargers, every year they start off pretty decent. They got high hopes. They're usually somebody's pick to win the AFC West, on everybody. Somebody's pick. They're a bit of a darling team every year just because of the talent that's there. Always riddled by injuries, and they always seem to trip over their own feet down the stretch.
Yeah.
But I think early on in LA, even though we're going to have home field advantage there. That pass rush still pretty devastating. I don't know what we're doing at right tackle yet, and I don't know what that's going to look like when we do what we do. I think that's going to be a tough one. They pretty much routed us in the last game against them last season, so I don't see much fall off for the Chargers this year, and I think this will just be another L. Even just looking at our predictions right now, timeliness just feels like an L. There's a lot of things here that point to the L. Now, can the Raiders beat the Chargers? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see them again later on in the schedule, so stay tuned. We'll give you that pick too right here. But I do feel like that's an L. What say you?
I have to agree with you, man. I think it's going to be an L. One, it is an away game. It is our only home away game, right? Other than the one in London.
Yep.
But this one actually is going to be full of Raider fans.
That's it.
So it's but the Chargers are used to it. The Chargers don't ever have any home games. Let's just take that. Let's just put that one out there too. Especially when they play the Raiders. There's no such thing as a home game against the Raiders for the Chargers.
Yeah.
They know that. They've been dealing with that for centuries now.
Yeah.
It's not going to change.
Yeah.
It's never going to change. It's always going to be the same for them. So they're used to playing under that condition, and that probably puts a little chip on their shoulder, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
They got some great defensive talent over there, especially when it comes to the ends. They got, Bosa coming off the end. They got some great pass rush. Like you said, we have not resolved the right tackle. We don't know what Penn's going to look like coming back, from his injury. So, yeah, there's definitely some questions, and I think they're going to get us in this first game.
Yeah.
Now, like you said, we'll revisit this in the second game.
Yeah. So L's on both sides there. So far we got the same record through 5 weeks now, 4-1. Or sorry, 3-2. Right, coming back down to earth a little bit, and then it is on the road for really on the road and in the sky. It's the Seattle Seahawks in London.
Yeah,
that's going to be airing at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time over here. This is an L for me. I think that the Seahawks, they got no offensive line. I think that, we have every reason to beat them, and if we were playing in Oakland, I'd say this would be a W. But until the Raiders show me that they're ready for abroad games, I'm not bought in yet. Yes, we beat the Texans in Mexico City, but if you watch that game, both of those teams are trying hard to beat themselves. That was a really tough one until later in the game when we finally got some stuff going. But I have this down also as an L. This is going to be the first back-to-back loss of the season, in my opinion. What do you think about that?
I'm going to disagree with you, just because of the drastic changes that have happened with Seattle's defense.
Okay.
We know that the backbone of that team has been the defense. Yes, Russell Wilson, he does his thing. He's a great quarterback.
Yeah.
But his offense is non-existent. Outside of him, the offense hasn't really been able to do nothing.
Right.
That team goes as he goes, and if they don't protect him well enough, then it doesn't go.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's been their saving grace has been their defense. And that has drastically changed.
Yeah.
We have people being dismissed. Everyone's been exiled on that defense, and we still have guys that are on that team that are waiting to be dismissed.
Yeah.
So I don't know that too many guys on the side of the defensive side are even bought into the team anymore. That's my other question.
Okay.
Right? So I feel like that's a game we can get, and I think it's one that we're gonna get.
All right. So for those of you doing the math out there, I have us at 3-3, and Chase got us at 5-2 at this point through the season. Sorry,
4-2.
4-2 at this point. That's why they're doing the math at home and not me. I was a lit major, dog. I was a lit major. So after the Seahawks, we got the bye week. I like the bye week right here in week 7. We seem to luck out with pretty good placement on the bye weeks.
It's decent.
Yeah, mid to late season. I would have liked this a week later, but it's timely coming off of the international game.
Yeah,
I like it. So get readjusted and stuff. You either want it going into that international game or coming out. I prefer coming out because regardless of what happens, you get a chance to reset, reacclimate, and get back to it. So we're starting essentially the second half of the season after the bye week, coming back, playing at home against the Indianapolis Colts. This is the third game of the second quarter of the season. So I'm going to take this one first, and I'm going to say this is a W. I don't see how we don't win this game. The Colts have still struggled to build any kind of an offensive line around Andrew Luck. You got to say that guy's shell-shocked. He's getting sacked more than David Carr. I don't see Luck ever rising to the potential that he had. And especially not on that Colts squad that just continues to really disappoint him and probably their fans. I mean, honestly, don't know a single Colts fan. Never met a single Colts fan. I liked Adrian James back in the day. That's about as far as it goes. But I have this as a W against the Colts. I think our running game really gets on track in this game.
Yeah.
And possibly another interception, again, coming now in week 8. So, yeah, I have this as a W.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I agree with that take. I'm going to say W for that as well, especially because there's still no word on Luck. There's still no word on when he's coming back. Mm-hmm. They still can't give you a timeline for that guy coming back from his injury.
That's it.
He hasn't even thrown a ball yet. Yeah. And that's going back to the beginning, to the end of 2 seasons ago.
Dang.
Yeah, so he hasn't touched the ball. He hasn't thrown a ball. And, I don't know that he's back at this time. They might just sit him this whole season, too.
Wow.
So that's a hot take for you guys. And sorry, Colts fan, if you listen to this podcast. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a W for us. They got a whole lot of stuff. They got a whole lot of shit to correct over there. Let's just put it like that. They got a whole lot to correct over there. They're one of the few teams that has a lot more to correct than we do, right? So we're gonna go ahead and take that W.
That's probably the hottest mess in the NFL right now is the Indianapolis Colts. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. So yeah, there we are. And then we're moving on to the last game of the second quarter of the NFL season 2018. Your second primetime game. That's going to be Thursday Night Football, the final, possibly, Battle of the Bay against your Santa Clara 49ers.
No.
It's not yours.
Not mine. Hell no. And nobody listening either. I don't think anyone's claiming those motherfuckers. Come on now.
Yeah, so as a Niner fan, if you talk to a Niner fan, they're winning the Super Bowl this year. But I'll tell you what, man. They're not winning this game.
Nope.
When I first thought of it, when I first saw we were going to play Santa Clara this year, I had this down as an L.
I like that.
It's going to be Santa Clara, dog.
You snuck that in there.
It's going to be Santa Clara, dog.
I love it.
It's going to be a Santa Clara for me, dog. The Great America 49ers. I had this down as an L originally because I do think that they are a team that is better than they have been.
Yeah.
I still think that there is a lot of talent on that defense. But I do think now they have a GM that's capable. They have a coach that players want to play for. Santa Clara's getting their act together, whether you like that or not.
It's true.
Jimmy G, I don't think he's the golden boy, but I think he's a damn good quarterback. I don't think he's going to live up to the hype because it's impossible for anybody to live up to the hype he's getting. But I think he's a damn good quarterback. But I have this as a W now because from what I'm seeing with the Raiders players and stuff, and then, of course, Raider Nation knowing this is the last one. Every Raider and Niner fan I talk to says they're going to be at that game. But I'll tell you what, a lot of Niner fans be selling their tickets no matter what. And I know Raider fans will do anything they can
to get up in that stadium.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. So I think it's going to be a stadium takeover.
Yeah.
There's about 60-40 Raider fans in there.
Yeah.
Is how I'm feeling.
All those empty seats that you see during the regular season last year,
bro,
they're probably going to be filled with Raider fans.
And we'll be wearing black, and we won't be complaining about the heat. November 1st, it'll still be warm, guys. We live out here in Santa Clara County. It'll still be warm. It'll probably be about 80-degree day out there.
Yeah. We'll only need a jacket early in the morning.
Yeah. And
that's why you dress in layers.
And you can't tailgate there, so you can probably catch me at the homie's house, and we'll Caltrain over a little bit later.
There you go.
We'll be down there in Japantown getting faded. But yeah, so, and if you guys haven't been, if you plan on flying in for this game or coming to the area for this game, go check out Japantown the night before. It's cool. They got a cool little karaoke bar, a lot of good food, good sushi. They got a Korean barbecue spot out there. They got a ramen spot that's to die for.
There you go.
A lot of good food. They got a Polynesian cuisine. Japantown's lit. Small, but it's lit. You got Kukui out there selling their T-shirts. That's a cool company. Anyways, this isn't about Japantown. This is about schedule, but that's a W. I think we're really going to be fired up. I think the players are really going to want to make a statement in their last battle of the Bay. I think it's going to mean a lot to the Raider players this year.
Yep.
What say you? I think I already know what you're going to say.
It's got to be W2, man. Not for Texas, but it's a W. It's a W as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think you hit it on the nose, man. I think you hit it on the nose. We got, all this. I feel like this is the time when having all those Oakland players come back to the Bay, come back to their home, is going to pay off for us.
Yep.
Because they're going to know what this really means.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They know what this really means because they've lived it their entire lives, right? They've been here. They know what that means to them, to Oakland, and they know what it means to the Raider fan base. So, I got to say that there's going to be a strong push to make sure that game ends in our favor.
Yeah.
And I feel like what you said about Jimmy G, I know that they think he's the second coming of Joe Montana, but let me tell you something, guys. Slow the fuck down. Pump your brakes, because there's a lot of football that this guy has yet to play, and we have not seen all that much from him. Yes, he's had some success in the games that he's played, but until he completes a full season, I'm not going to give him the savior title, okay?
Right.
So, and I expect us to get to him, too. I expect us to put a little dirt on his uniform.
This a
Put a little
3-sack game?
grass. For Mac?
Yeah.
Just for Mac, right?
Just for Mac, yeah.
Yeah, 3 sacks just for Mac.
3 sacks for Mac. 1 for Irvin. It's a 4-sack game.
There you go.
And hey, don't get it twisted. That Niners offensive line still has some issues.
Yeah.
I know they added a nice center in the offseason, but there's issues there. And I was expecting him to go out in free agency and spend a lot of money on the offensive line because it's not coming in the draft this year.
Oh, another thing. Mm-hmm. Might this be what entices our good friend Bowman to come on back?
Oh, might be.
He gets to face his old team.
Yeah. Like I said, Bowman's either going to land in Oakland or he's going to land with the Rams. And I think, with the Rams, you're going to see the Niners twice. So.
But you get to come see your team that gave up on you last season.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia's on fire. He just called it Stabaclara. I was having a real talk with the homie 2 nights ago. He's a Niner fan. He's cool, though. We have mutual respect for each other's fanship. He's a smart football fan, unlike a lot of Niner fans that are just, like I said, I was telling Murph on the Raiders fan radio that somehow the NFL is supplying cloaking devices to Niner fans only because they straight disappear, dog. Straight up disappear. But
you seen them, right? That's an actual thing now. They got that cloak. It's all digitized. It just shows you just background, whatever's behind you.
Yeah.
That shit's kind of creepy, bro.
Well, Niner fans been rocking that one for years. But the homie was telling me, he's like, dude, I think that the Niners fan base is a lot more hood than the Raiders fan base now. I was like, yeah, you think? Like, people were getting stabbed in your parking lot. Like,
yeah.
Don't get it twisted. The Raider fans, we keep it gangster, but there's a lot of respect there. There's a lot of old heads in Raider Nation.
Yeah.
And so not all of that flies. Yeah, you get 60,000 people together and pump them full of alcohol, things are going to pop off.
Yeah.
But, Santa Clara, it goes down, dog.
Yeah.
When you and I were kids, the gangs, they wore the silver and black.
Right.
It was an LA thing. It was literally an NWA thing. They set it off for like gangsters to be wearing that. But now, up here with all the Northerners, the red and all that stuff. And,
Yeah.
I have no affiliation, so don't come at me.
Right.
Don't try to stab your screen or stab your phone or anything. But I think there's some truth to that. But anyways, we spent a lot of time on the Battle of the Bay, as we should. But let's move on to Week 10, beginning of the third quarter of the season. This one's back on you, Che. This is going to be the second coming of the Los Angeles Chargers. This time we play them in Oakland.
Well, we kind of gave you a little hint as to where we were going to go with this earlier. I'm going to go ahead and call this one a W for us. I feel like at this point we'll be finally finding our stride with Gruden and his offense.
Yes, sir.
We'll have it down packed, hopefully, and we'll be able to take advantage of areas where we've maybe failed in that early game.
Yeah. Daniel, you're asking about Kane. I can't get a hold of Kane right now, so we're waiting for him to join the show. He might jump in here at the end. I got a few questions for him about the schedule. I was hoping he'd go through the whole thing with us, but if he jumps on, I'm still gonna hit him up. And if he doesn't make it, we understand. The dude's working like 2 jobs right now. He's
working hard, man.
He's grinding. He's trying to stack paper so he can go to some away games.
And just so you know, we don't consider this a job, man. This is
fun.
This is fun. So when we talk about jobs, we're not including this.
Yeah, this would be his 3rd job technically.
Yeah.
We'll wait patiently on Kane. If he jumps in here, we'll get him on as long as we're still recording. We got a lot of love for Kane. He's the homie. So you called that a W. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a W too. I think by this time, a lot of tape on the Chargers. I think at this time they're starting to step on their own feet.
Possibly some injuries.
That just seems to be their mojo.
Yep.
So I'm gonna call this a W2. Or a W as well. Again, it is tax season just ended. I don't want anybody to get triggered out there. I do my taxes first thing. I trip out on people that wait. So let's go on and move on to week 11, November 18th. Starting to get closer to cold weather here, but this one will be indoors in Arizona against the Cardinals, continuing our tour of the NFC West. This is a bit of a tough one to call, but if there's another team that's, I want to say shambles, but another team that's just in a tough spot right now, it is the Arizona Cardinals. They're in the middle of an offensive line rebuild. I'm at this point, I'm not sure who their quarterback is. I didn't see who they signed. The last time I checked in on them, they had nobody under contract. I do believe that's changed. But tell me what's your pick for the Arizona Cardinals.
It's tough, man, because again, I'm trying really hard. It's really difficult to not be a homer, man. You know, I'm trying to be honest with myself.
Sam Bradford, that's who they signed.
I'm trying to be honest with myself. I'm trying to not go 12-4, 14-2. But I feel like we can get this game, man. I feel like we can get this game. This is a game that's winnable. Right. Also, we need to know where David Johnson's at. You know, he got injured last season. And we all know that when he's in there, he's a force.
Yeah.
But we don't know what David Johnson off of an injury looks like. You know,
we know what NFL running backs coming off an injury typically looks like.
Right.
You know, there's guys that buck that trend, but
right. So, you know, they have some players there, but I feel like they need a lot of pieces to be able to compete. One in the NFC West, and just in general. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna call that a W for us. Yeah.
That's a easy road game as far as road games are concerned. You're not playing in the elements. You're in the same time zone, I do believe. Maybe 1 hour difference. I don't remember where it breaks off right there. I know New Mexico's a 1 hour difference, but I'm going to call that a W2. I think you said it, and I kind of made some points before you talked, and I just think that their team now struggling to find their identity. They do have some weapons out there, but I think the Cardinals are they're going to have to try to figure it out again. They're in that spot, and they should be at the bottom of the NFC West this year. So let's move on. Week 13, first game. Oh, sorry, Week 12. My bad. The first game. Sorry, not the first game. Is it the first game on the East Coast? No.
You know what?
Miami.
You're looking at is it Week 12 or is it Week 13?
Week 12 against the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
So it's a return of Michael Crabtree.
Yeah. I'm not so much concerned about that. I'm not so much concerned about Crab. I think Crab will get his receptions in. I think he'll get maybe a touchdown. I think he'll have a lot of juice coming into this game. But I think Baltimore gets us, man. There's one thing that Baltimore comes to do, and they come to play defense, and that's what really concerns me. That if they are able to play defense, they're able to shut us down in some of our during some of our plays, that they're going to be able to get us. It's always a tough game against Baltimore. It's never an easy game.
Yeah.
Even the ones that we've beaten them on, they've been close. They've come down to the wire.
Yeah. AFC North, man.
Man, they're tough. You know what you're going to get with AFC North teams.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to get tough, hard-nosed football. They play defense. So And we still have questions on defense, and I don't know that we're going to fully correct those things. I hope we do.
Yeah.
Hopefully by mid-season, I'm talking differently, and I'm like, man, our defense is the shit. We found all the right guys in the draft, and Conley came back and all the good stuff, right? But right now, we don't know that.
Yeah.
And so based off of what our defense looks like right now and what it's looked like the past 2 seasons, and the defense that I know Baltimore always brings to the game, I'm going to go ahead and call a loss on that game. It'll be close, but it'll be an L.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in there with you and mark that an L too. Again, this is a team that we've seen quite a bit over the last few years, whether it's, scheduled division opponents or it's just similar record, which we seem to, finish similar to the Ravens every year. Yeah. This time we get them with the schedule rotation, the divisional rotation on the schedule. So, again, this is an away game. This is pretty far away. It's probably going to be cold out there November 25th in Baltimore. I think the way I see this going down is there's always a few games on the schedule. Now, in 2017, it was most of the games on the schedule where your team comes out and just doesn't play right. They just come out and they play flat. Right. It's just completely what you're not expecting. I think the offense is going to have a hard time getting things going. I think we step on our own feet a little bit in this game, and it's just going to be kind of one of those "what are you doing" games, just for no apparent reason. It just seems the right time in the schedule with the travel, the area, the location, and the history between the teams. There's a lot of tape now that these two teams share with each other, and I think this is probably going to be an L for some unexplainable reasons. Once we see the game, we'll be able to tell you why. But I just think this is one of those games where we just don't have it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 weeks, 5 including this game since the bye week. We're going to be sucking wind a little bit at this point.
I think so.
Especially on that travel. So that's an L for both of us. We're going to go ahead and let's tally it up right now. So 1, 2, you got 3 L's through 11 games. So what is that? 8-3 you have us at. And I have us at 7-4. Right now, going into week 13.
So now I'm looking at you. I'm trying to figure out how you're going to get to that
9-7.
9-7.
Well, you might be surprised. I'm not aiming for that. I said that, and now I'm looking at the schedule. It may come out a little bit differently, but I expect to be in that area. I'm just looking at it right here. I think it's going to even out. So December 2nd, we get the Kansas City Chiefs at home. December 2nd could be a rainy game in Oakland. It seems like we catch rain a lot when we play the Kansas City Chiefs, more often than not. Well, maybe about 50-50. I will be at that game because the last time we saw the Chiefs, magic happened.
Yes.
Not missing that damn game.
Hell no.
Which reminds me, we need to get a canopy for our recording.
Oh yeah.
Side note, just write that down. Logistical note. But week 13, what do you say? Kansas City Chiefs in Oakland.
W.
Because
we will be in the house. Hopefully, both of us will be in the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kane also.
Yeah.
And we get that W. We bring that magic from last season, that Thursday night game.
Yes, sir.
And we get that W.
Mojo.
That's why I'm putting it all on us.
Yeah. What do we need? What do we need for the superstition? We need some soul food.
Yeah.
We need a broadcast.
Yeah.
And what were we drinking? We were drinking Raider cans.
We were drinking Raider cans.
And a Modelo.
And Modelos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we had that delicious fried chicken, collard greens with the black eyed peas.
Fire.
The cornbread. Woo. If we could just get some of those elements again, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I think we'll be good.
Yes.
Most
importantly, we got to blow out our voice and get back on the mic after that show.
That's it. But you know what? But being honest, man, we know that Kansas City has lost some guys from their team as well. They're going to have a rookie quarterback. It looks like they're going to be running with a rookie quarterback who I think can develop into a great quarterback.
Right. Not a rookie, but first season as a starter.
Well, first season as a starter. Right.
Essentially rookie.
Yeah. But they're going to have a young guy back there, and I don't expect him to make the right decisions every single play. I think we're going to get him for an interception or two because he's a gunslinger. He's going to throw the ball up. He's going to put it up there. He's going to give us some chances,
Yeah.
At the same time, I think he's going to make some exciting plays. But I think we can hold them off on a couple of their drives or a few of their drives defensively.
Yeah.
And that's big. That's key for us because when we're able to stop teams, then that's when we do really well. When we get 2, 3, 4 stops in that game somewhere, and if it has a turnover tag to it too, right? I expect Mac to get in there, get a strip sack, something, right? That votes really well for us.
Yeah.
Always votes really well for us.
Votes,
So,
yeah.
and then we're at home. We're at home.
I like it.
The crowd
They're gonna show
fired
out.
up.
They're gonna show out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowd's fired up. We don't have Peters over there on the side anymore.
Right.
So I expect Amari to have a big game.
Yeah.
You know? And Jordy, you just joined us. I expect you to have a big game.
Yeah. That's gonna be a big game.
You know?
So the Raiders passing attack, big game.
Raiders passing attack, I think it's going to be a mixture of both. I think Lynch has a big game,
Nice
too.
balanced game
Yeah,
from the
nice
offense.
balanced
Yeah.
game. But I expect some big plays out of the offense. I expect some big plays out of the defense in the form of turnovers.
I expect a pick 6 in this game.
There you go.
I know that's a hot take.
Yeah.
Bold prediction. I'm not taking KC lightly. Don't get it twisted. That's not me saying that they're an easy out. They're not. They're a divisional opponent. That's never going to be easy. I have this as a W as well. Mahomes. This guy's talented, bro.
Yeah.
He's fast. He can whip the ball around. I think he's going to come out. He's going to struggle first couple weeks. He's going to get rolling a little bit. He's going to have some
think so,
success. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders are going to be fighting for first place once again this year. But at this point in the season, a lot of tape out of Mahomes. Gruden's going to be chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
PG is going to be chomping at the bit to scheme against this guy. PG's defensive scheme is one that relies heavily on misleading quarterbacks. Right. The art of distraction.
There you go.
And I think for that reason, the defense actually does a pretty good job in this game. They're going to get their plays, I think, in the form of broken plays.
Right.
I think in the form of scrambles. They're going to get some chunk yardage, but you're absolutely right. Our defense is not deep enough and well-rounded enough to win games where we lose the time of possession battle.
Right.
And if you go back and look at the stats, that has been a reoccurring trend the last few years. And yes, it's a bit of a no-brainer, but it's a stamp it. That's a guaranteed loss when you lose the time of possession.
Definitely.
With this team. But I have that as a W. It has to be a W. We are playing at home. This is a divisional game. You know, the system should be smoothed out by then. We should be locked in. If things are going as well as some people expect them to, I think this will be a W. This is a game I'm really looking forward to. So mark that down as a Kenny's must-see game.
There you go.
That one and game 1 against the Rams. That's my most favorite matchup right now. We'll talk about that. So let's move on. Week 14 here, December 9th, second game in December, and another nationally televised game. I do believe this one is. I think it's on. This is on Sunday Night Football. This is an NBC game, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This is an NBC game. So this is Sunday Night Football. What's Monday night is on ESPN this year? Is that correct?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Monday night's on ESPN. So this is Sunday Night Football, NBC game. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, this is the fourth quarter of the season. This is the home stretch for these you guys listening at home. We're coming down the home stretch here. And this game is against another historical rival of the Oakland Raiders, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
The black and yellow. So I'm going to take lead on this one since we're in the last quarter of the season. And I'm actually, this one's at home. And we've done pretty well against the Steelers
At home. Yeah. They have not beat us in quite some time at home.
Right. And this is going to be, if all things go well, this is going to be Gary and Conley versus Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I really don't know which way I want to lean on this game. It can go either way. So I'm just going to kind of go with my original outlook on the season. And as much as it hurts me to say this, I'm going to say this is an L. I think that these are two actually pretty evenly matched teams at this point.
Yeah.
You got a quarterback on the decline in Roethlisberger. You got a Pittsburgh defense that is not the Pittsburgh defense of old. When I say old, I mean, just as recent as like 5 years ago.
Right.
I've always had that rep of having a solid D. But I don't see us winning this game. I think Bell's going to have a good game. I think Brown gets the best out of Conley. Actually, Melvin had shut down Brown in the past, so that might be the matchup right there.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
But I just got a weird feeling about this game too. The last time we played Pittsburgh, you and I watched that game. It was a rainy day here. We were watching it. It was a long game. It was like a 3-hour game.
Yep.
And we could have won that one.
Yep.
Cooper got hurt in that game. I hate to see him get hurt again in this game. I'm not going to say he will. I'm not going to jinx it. But I think Pittsburgh's just going to have our number again. I think this is another one of those games where it just doesn't all come together.
Right.
This is a team that we can beat. I just have this feeling that we won't beat. So I'm marking this down as an L. Where are you?
I'm gonna have to mark this down as an L as well. Everything that you said, I have to agree with. The other thing that I have to say is that we haven't done so well on Sunday night games most recently.
Right.
So that's another concern to me. I don't know what it is until I see us actually show up on a Sunday night game. I'm gonna be worried and concerned about it. So, I have to agree with you. I don't want us to lose, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes without saying, right? Like I want us to win. That's a home game. Yeah, I want us to win.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Pittsburgh. I want us to win.
Can't win them all.
But we can't win them all. And Pittsburgh is going to come to play. They always play us well. They play us tough. There hasn't been too many games that we've beaten Pittsburgh where it's been blowout or anything like that. So we can expect the best out of Pittsburgh when they come to play us.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Absolutely.
And it's like you said, they have a lot of weapons. And, we might get hung out to dry a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just being reminded on YouTube that they haven't done well against us in Oakland. I'm sorry to say it, but all good things come to an end.
Yeah, they haven't beaten us since 1995, I believe, man.
Yeah.
In Oakland.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to go, yeah, it's a W. But again, we're trying not to be homers here, people.
Yeah.
We're trying not to be homers. It's very easy to be a homer.
YouTube has us going 16-0 apparently. Nah, I'm just playing. You guys got some L's on there too, but yeah, I think I've been at almost all of those games against Pittsburgh at home. So who knows? Maybe I'm the good luck charm.
There you go.
I'll try to be out there, yeah. And again, we'd love to be wrong. So just when we say L, just prove us wrong, and we'll be happy.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll eat my words, man.
It's all good when you're wrong.
I love it.
When you're predicting a loss.
Yep.
So let's move on here. Again, home stretch. We got another AFC North opponent. This time it's a road game, December 16th. It's going to be a cold one in Cincinnati. Paul Gunther's former team. And for that reason, I think it's a close one. I think it's a dramatic one, but I think it's a victory. I think we're going to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they've lost too much in terms of personnel, in terms of coaching staff. I think getting Gunther away from them was a big deal.
Yep.
I say we take this one. This one's a W.
I agree. I agree.
yeah.
I don't think much else has to be said about that. I think you're absolutely right. I think one of the biggest things with Cincinnati had been their defense in recent years.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've lost their defensive coordinator, I think there's going to be some big changes for them, and we'll be able to get this one.
Yeah. So it's a W. All right, so let's move into Week 16, second to last game. We got a very strong couplet here, and that's a literature term, by the way, Che, which I'm sure you're aware of.
I'm not a lit major, so.
But back in college, you were getting lit major.
Hey, don't be putting my business on there. I'm an art major, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Don't come at me with your fancy words.
So this is a couplet of games against AFC West rivals. The first one is on Christmas Eve, as I alluded to earlier, against the Denver Broncos at home. I'm going to call this one a W.
Yeah. It's kind of hard not to call it a W, man.
This is a sweep of the Broncos. I think, there's issues over there in Denver, and again, we've yet to see what they draft, but I don't think this draft is going to solve all of their problems. And I think the Broncos, even at their worst, can get streaky. Even at their worst, will pull out games. I don't see them going worse than 8-8, 7-9 this year. And they could be on the other side of that. They could be 9-7. I don't know. They're like a scrappy team at times. As much as I hate to say that, but I think we sweep them this year. I think this is a good time. This is a good window for us to sweep the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, I think so too. Like we talked about some other teams. They lost Talib. He's obviously not going to be there. Who's been one of our arch nemesis.
Yeah.
As far as a corner goes, and being able to ruffle the feathers of some of our receivers. I feel like we got to get this one, man. We have to get this one.
Yeah.
It's got to be a W.
All right. So the finale, your regular season finale, at the Kansas City Chiefs, December 30th, pretty close to New Year's Eve here. This is it. This is my last L. I think, unfortunately, we end the season on a loss. Now, I believe it was the first or the second year that Gruden joined us. We won last game of the season away against the Chiefs on a Janikowski field goal.
That'd be fantastic, but
But he don't live here no more.
we don't got no Jano.
And I think that this is an L. We end the season on a sour note. Hopefully this one is not for the division, but I just don't feel good. We did not look good on the road last year in good weather against KC. I know a lot of that was preparation. That should get ironed out this year. But Carr has yet to show me that he can put together a game in Kansas City.
You're absolutely right.
It was a big key last year. It was on the checklist last year. We did our checklist, and he didn't check that box. And until he does, now I gotta be pessimistic and say that's an L.
Yeah, I'm gonna go L there as well.
All right.
As much as it pains me, L until you show us otherwise, Derek Carr. Till you show us that you've taken the next step and you're ready to lead us past the KC Chiefs Kingdom.
Ugh.
Kingdom.
They got flags out there for that.
Get the hell out of here. They put that on their hat, man. You see that? It's on their hat too. The draft hat.
Oh yeah, the draft hats, man. They look like flea market hats.
They're
Anyway.
lame, man. Those hats are lame.
So I have us at 10-6, one game off my original prediction at 9-7, and you come in at 11-5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
They
I
look
think
good.
so.
Yeah,
Always optimistic over here on this side.
yeah. I came in a little more optimistic than I thought at 10-6,
Yeah.
but let's just pray.
But that's what the schedule gave us, man. We're going with based off of what the schedule gave us, and based off of what we know about these teams. And like you said, I think we're seeing a lot of those teams later. A lot of those teams that we can get some good wins against later on in that season, and hopefully we're all clicking by then. So I don't think we're that far off, man. I don't think we're that far off. Now, we may be wrong in a couple games here or there, hopefully in a positive way. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope they shut me up and they say, "Oh yeah, you doubted us?
The
How
que-
dare you? Don't doubt us ever again."
The question now is 10-6 going to be enough to win the division?
Right.
And obviously the toughest games, the easiest games, the trap games, the most anticipated games on the schedule, all those questions for another episode. This conversation's gone on quite some time. We got plenty of time to stretch our legs here in the offseason.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a question best revisited after the draft. We want to see if we want to amend any of these picks. We will revisit this.
Yeah.
And hopefully next time Kane will be in the conversation.
Yes.
I hope our boy's okay.
Yeah, man.
I'm a little bit worried, but
A little concerned over
it
here.
might just be fatigue. Like I said, the dude's a hardworking man.
He needs some sleep. He needs some rest for sure.
I mean, I say that with the utmost respect and all the credit in the world. So you guys may have disagreed with some of those picks. You may agree with some of those picks. You may be throwing phones out the window.
Feel
but-
free to blow up the comment section.
Yeah, blow up the comment section, pj4f.com. Add us on Twitter. Hit us up in the DM if you're shy. Whatever it is, we want to hear what your feedback is on our takes. But I think at the end of the day, even at worst, 10-6, not too shabby. 11-5, certainly not shabby.
Yeah.
11-5 will get it done.
Yes, it will.
I'm confident that gets it
I think
done.
11-5 gets it done. Yes.
But I think 10-6, I think that might be a sneaky division win right there. If not, that's solid for a wild card in my opinion. So
Yeah. No. Definitely.
that was a long segment, man. We got the long interview with Phil. Luckily, that's already done. It's
Yeah.
like a cookie show. We already got one done in the oven for you. So when we come back, we're gonna get right into your calls. And we'll respond to those. We'll do ICU. We're going to do our shout-outs, and we're going to get the hell out of here.
Oh yeah.
You feel good?
I feel great.
All right, man.
Yeah.
We out here.
Peace. Oh yeah.
All right, YouTubers, are you still hanging in there with us? Kane might be smashing. You're right, Daniel. Daniel, what do you go by on the blog? Because I can tell you're a blogger. You got all the inside jokes. Daniel says 9-7 gets us a wild card. Likely. That could happen.
That's a hot take.
It is. I didn't see that article, D-Boy. What does it say? Agents put a poll on NFL teams. I don't know what you mean by that. That can go a lot of different ways. Oh, yeah, Dan78. That makes sense. Man, I like you. I like you on the blog, Dan. You're one of my favorites on there, dog. You've been on there a while. You're cutty, too. You'll come in, you'll be out. I like it. You're funny. You got good takes. You keep it even keeled. That's the important thing. We got a lot of hotheads on the block. People getting their feels. A lot of grown-ass men getting in their feels, Daniel. You don't know how it feels sometimes babysitting these grown-ass men. And I mean that with respect because I love all of you. But God damn it anyways. I'm sorry, Ice Cold Honky. I know that word offends you. You act like a big toughie, but... And you are. You're a tough guy. I've seen what you do for a living. It's freaking crazy. I'm going to show you that, Che, but make sure you digest it first.
Luckily, you haven't eaten anything yet, man.
Policies is coming through with multiple pounds of smoked brisket.
Oh, Lord, then I'm going to eat well today. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, Friskies is a special one, dog. Yeah, Juice, you get a kick out of that. I don't know how many people are on this right now. I don't know. We have a lot of watchers. I think we maybe at about 20. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't care. You guys are here, and that's all I care about right now. I think that's important. We'll have a bigger crowd as we continue to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with it, man. I'm good with it. I like our little YouTube crew here. We got some mainstays.
Yeah.
And we got some new heads. We got some Twitter folks. It's a good mix. We are mixing communities right now.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good thing.
Bringing it all together.
So, guys on YouTube, we're going to listen to some phone calls. Do you guys want me to pipe the audio through to you? You guys want to hear these calls in advance? I can do that. In fact, let's do that. I want to test this. So just in case you guys were wondering, you probably weren't. But anyways, in order to get the guests on, I got to run them on a separate laptop that pipes into my mixing board. So I'm over here off to the side. I got my laptop. I got the callers on here. So this will be a good test to see if you guys can actually hear this audio. And Juice, I seen your comment. I just got distracted. I'm not going to repeat that. So let me see here. Let's get started. You ready to hear these calls, Kane? I mean, Che. I got it all mixed up today.
You said Chad didn't show up, and now you're saying Kane, are you ready to listen to these calls?
I'm going to start calling you Chain. Che shows up every week.
That's right. Even on off days.
All right, let's listen to these calls.
Yep.
First one's from your boy Ice Cold Honky.
Hey, what up, man? Just got back from Tampa. Been down there staring at that Super Bowl that Gruden won down there with Dungy's players. Week after week, I listen to this belligerent podcast as y'all get ready for the draft.
Can you guys hear this?
I hear about we need corner, we need safety, we need D tackle. But all the reports I read say you're getting Roquan Smith from Georgia. You need to pray to your arena football gods that he falls at you at number 10. There's a reason why he got 3 first-place votes for the Heisman, and they didn't even campaign for him. But you guys want a corner, you want a safety, you need a player with heart, someone that's going to free up Mac and be able to allow him to roam around. And you can't teach heart. So you can go with your corner, you can go with your safety, but you need to pray that you can get Mac in the first round at number 10.
Mac?
He will be a saving grace for y'all on defense. Ice Cold Honky here. I'm out.
That was a nice take. That was actually a very nice take from you, Ice Cold Honky.
I'll tell you what, I have a lot of conversations with him, and he really knows college football.
Yeah.
I mean, for him, this is a layup. You talk to him about round 6 and 7, and he will drop names on you, dog.
Right.
He really knows the draft. So,
I'm not even disagreeing with you though, too, on that pick, man.
Yeah.
Like I've been thinking linebacker for the most part too.
Yeah.
And I know that a lot of people don't necessarily agree. A lot of people want to go elsewhere. It's been said you don't go linebacker in the first round, all that kind of stuff. But I do agree that Smith actually has the most heart out of a lot of those players that are being drafted early in that first round. So I'm not going to disagree with you at all, man. You know, you get some hot takes there, Ice Cold Honky, but I can't say you're wrong in that.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm just stretching my legs here, folks. You want to talk to these folks? I need to take care of business. I need to see a man about a horse.
Let's see. I'm going to switch seats over here. Switch to the captain's chair. See what we got on the comments. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Taking over here. Taking over, fellas and ladies. What do we got here? Juice said he was not as cold as last time. You're damn right. He was pretty damn cold last time. Still pissed at Ricky giving plays to Chucky for that TD against us in the Super Bowl. Not sure what that quite means. You know, giving plays to Chucky? Chucky had our plays. That's right. Captain Daniel. I'm driving the ship. Who's Ricky? Who are you referring to as Ricky, though? Yeah, and Dungy's players, Undertow. Yeah, exactly.
If you're from the Bay Area and you don't know about these records right here, yeah, you need to know about these records right here.
Put them on there. Put them on there. Undertow, Dungy's players, exactly. Dungy couldn't win with those players, so why is everybody always talking about how Gruden won with Dungy's players? That's crazy. Oh, Ricky's bar. Ricky's bar gave Chucky plays? I don't know about that. That's a hot take. But they have what's his name? What was his name? What was our coach's name? I don't even want to remember him anymore.
Dennis Allen?
No. In the Super Bowl, bro.
Tom Flores? John Madden?
Against Gruden.
Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan. I didn't know Callahan left the playbook at Ricky's Sports Bar for Gruden, man.
Don't tell me that, dog.
Is that where it all went down? Because damn. Ice Cold's trying to be ice cold right now. He's trying to be ice cold in the comments right now. Asking to order pizza from my mom. Yeah. I don't know about my mom making pizza, man. My mom's not Italian. So I'm sorry to tell you this. She could probably hook you up with some tacos, though.
It's kind of like a pizza.
Yeah. Some Mexican pizza. Undertow, I gotta agree, man. Dungy being in the Hall of Fame, Flores not. That's kind of crazy, right? That's kind of crazy, man.
All right, break yourself, fool.
Break yourself, fool. All right, Kenny's back. He's kicking me out of the chair. He said that's enough fun.
It's a jack move.
Young man, get back to your seat.
Someone must be blazing something outside because it smells real skunky out there. You smell that?
I did. I caught that whiff for a second.
Shout out to the Guerreros.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase gonna hit the head. We got some more callers here. I'll wait for him to get back. He'll be back real quick. Moton peeking in on the live stream. What's up, Moton? I don't know if you're still here, but what's up? D-Boy sent me the USA Today article on Twitter. Cool, man. I'll check that out. Maybe I'll respond to it on the next episode. Not going to get to it right now. But Okay, yeah. I did see that story about the old lady at Ricky's that wrote that up. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Carr gets his first playoff win this year. Book it. I really hope so, Big Ted. I can't disagree with you. We were supposed to have Malik on tonight from Twitter, but scheduling differences, he couldn't make it. So we're going to plug in that Villapiano interview this week and possibly get him on next week. We will be doing a show. It will be a live stream, but it will be happening after we make our pick. So this will not be a live draft thing. I know a lot of people are doing that. So we're going to get out of the way and let them do their thing, and then we'll be on here right after the first round to give you our reactions to the Raiders picks and possibly our reactions to our divisions picks, and maybe revisit a little bit of the schedule. We'll see. It might be a shorter show next week because these have been going on quite long. Want to give you guys a little bit of a break. It'll be my first week at the new job, so we'll see how that goes. I will be working early on Fridays, but nevertheless, the show must go on. We are not leaving you. I'm waiting to see what my schedule is going to be. I'm expecting a typical 8 to 5 schedule. If I do have to work nights, the show might be moving to a different time and a different day, but it will still be a show. But if things go well, we happen hoping to do a couple shows a week for you guys during the season, possibly doing some away games over at Ricky's Sports Bar, doing some home games in the parking lot. So if all goes well, we'll still have our normal Thursday night show and look for a supplemental day of game show, pre-game and post-game reaction shows coming next season if we can get that to you. And I'm working on possibly starting up a third show with your boy Gent. That one's going to be called Enemy Lines. And on that show, I'm going to be looking to get reporters in from our opponents' teams and talk to them a little bit and break down those games. That will probably not be a weekly show. Again, this stuff all takes a lot of time, so I might be getting over my skis a little bit to reset that cliche. But I'm trying to bring more content to you guys as much as possible. But yeah, so all that stuff is kind of in development right now, but some things to be excited for sure. Definitely going to have some bonus content next year, and I'm deciding whether or not that bonus content will be exclusive to the app, which I think it will be. So if you don't have the app yet, make sure you download the app. So let's continue listening to these calls, and then we're going to get back on air. Thanks, guys. I know some of you guys are not in our time zone. It's late for you. Thanks for hanging in there. We're going to keep it going.
Yeah,
and just so you guys know, these videos will be archived. They are going to stay up on the YouTube. So if you prefer to watch your podcast, you can do that too.
What's up, guys? It's Podunk Raider. Hey, I was calling to ask if you could talk a little pass rush for the draft. We're about a week out. How about Marcus Davenport versus Landry? What are your thoughts on that? And are you drinking the Kool-Aid on Bruce Irvin rushing the passer and not dropping back into coverage? Do you think we're good on pass rush, or do you think maybe we can use some edge help? Thanks. Bye.
All right, cool. That's a good one. I'm just going to burn through these calls because we're going to do our reactions to them on the air.
Yeah.
What's up, Pillaging crew? Kenny, Che, happy Thursday. This is your boy 303. Super pumped that the draft is 1 week away and we finally get to see what Grukensky has come up with as far as the draft, because we know it's not Reggie's call. It's mostly Gruden's call, but we have some collaboration, so I'm excited. For me, I want to take, if we stay at 10, give me the best secondary player. Give me Minka, give me Derwin James, or give me Ward. Excited about any of those three of those players, because we all know that our freaking secondary last year was atrocious, and we need ball hawks. We need playmakers. Minka being the number one. I'd be happy with Ward. He'd probably be a slot, and then James would definitely be an upgrade over any strong safety, free safety we put out there, whatever he's going to play. I don't care who we have right now. Now, as far as it looks like Thursday Night Football, we're playing the Winers. In years past, before I had kids and became a professional, I'd probably go to that game. But good Lord, people are going to get stabbed. That stab city. Plus, that stadium is gross and it's hot. Thank God we never moved there and shared that stadium with those guys. But let's go in there and let's whoop some butt. Hopefully, some of you that are going to plan to go on some road games this year want to come out to the 303 so I can show you guys a good time, and then definitely show my boy Kane where we can get some good cheeseburgers and some good wings, because we have some awesome, what we call gastropub food out here. So anyways, boys, this is short and sweet. Go Raiders. Let's kill the draft. Let's go. If we trade down, I definitely want to pick up Hurst somewhere in the back end of the first round, and it'd be great to get a running back in the third round and a corner in the second. Besides that, 303 is out.
All right, strong call from 303, weekly caller. We're going to have him on as a guest probably sometime in June or July. We want to get some of the fans and some of our pillagers on air sometime this offseason.
Yo, Kenny, Che, Kane, first time caller here is Ant, a.k.a. Raider from the 7. Just giving a call, looking at the schedule. Man, that first game, season opener, Monday night, Rams, man, it's going to be lit. For real. Man, but Thursday night against Frisco, though, man, you already know the nation's going to be in there full effect off top, man. You already know. Man, anticipated for this, man. Oh, man, can't even wait. Also, I wanted to mention, since about the food segment y'all had last week, I got to tell y'all, if y'all going to Denver, any Raiders fans going to Denver, check out Otra Vez, Otravez, Otra Vez in Denver. Fire, best chips and salsas I ever had. Fire. So if y'all going to Denver, I highly recommend going to Otra Vez.
Like it.
So, and out, Raider Nation, just win, baby.
Yeah. Like that take.
I like it too.
Thanks for putting us up on some Mexican food in Denver.
Yeah. You ever hear my idea for the Corona ad campaign?
No.
They always have the catchy slogans. Mm-hmm. Mine was Otra Vesa.
Otra vez.
Yeah, with the apostrophe on Vesa.
I like that.
We make money with that.
What's up, nation? It's Juice. Kenny, Kane, Che, what's up, man?
What was Juice?
All the pillagers on the blog. What's really going on? Hey, I didn't know. I forgot that you guys were going to go live. I got to get that flag to you, bro. Kenny. Anyway, I was checking out the schedule. Guys, this draft is going to be very interesting, guys. Looking forward to this draft because the schedule, we're kind of out of excuses here.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty good. It really is. We open at home. There's no cross country back-to-back East Coast games, none of that madness. Even the London trip, I mean, although that does suck, sorry to the London nation, but for the game before that is, it's in LA, and so that's really not that difficult for us to pull off. In fact, it's kind of sort of a home game for us, really. And then then it's the bye, and even the bye is pretty much in the middle of the season, so that's good. 3 out of the 4 prime time games are all at home, and we got a bunch of them this year, so that's kind of cool. I had mentioned on the blog that I used to kind of worry about them being on prime time because when they sucked, it was embarrassing. And right now, we have a legit chance of playing with anybody in the league. We might not beat everybody, but we're not going to be laughed off the field anymore. It's not going to be embarrassing anyways. So that's good. At the end of the year, Cincinnati and Kansas City will be cold, but what are we going to do, right? As far as that Thursday night in San Francisco or Santa Clara, or whatever, that's a must-win. For the people around here in the Bay Area, guys, I know the nation is literally a nation, so some people don't understand the weight of this thing, but around here, that's a must-win. A couple years back when we played them at home, and we had only won 3 games all year. One of them was against the Niners, and I was at that game, and I went with a buddy of mine who just so happens to be a Niner fan, and all I heard, we only won 3 games, so all we ever heard was, "Man, you guys suck. The Raiders suck." Yeah, we did suck, but one of the games that we won was against you guys, so we owned that, and so the very last battle of the day, the last one, it's like a walk-off home run here. We got to win this one. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Can't wait for the draft. And as always, go Raiders.
Solid call, Juice. Real solid.
Yep. Come with the rail.
And then last call here from. Actually, got a few more calls.
Yeah, this is Don calling from NYC, New York, representing Raider Nation. Looked at the schedule. Schedule looked too bad. Looked like 10-6. Just need a playoff, win the division. Hope from there. Playoffs are great. Super Bowl's even better. Raider Nation for life. One love.
Nice. Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Straight to the point.
Hey, what's happening, fellow pillagers? What's happening, Kenny, Che? What's cracking? First off, I got a few things to say. If you're going to talk about food on the Raider podcast, fine. But don't sit here and disgrace a good hamburger with the name of McDonald's. All y'all was tripping. But anyway, I digress. Let's get back to football. Looked at the schedule. The schedule is pretty hot. I think that Marshawn, if you watch his little breakdown of the schedule, had it right, bro. We're learning a new system and all of that, and that's fine and dandy. Got new players. Oh, yeah. But the Super Bowl is possible, bro.
Yeah.
No, we don't have no super hard schedule. Every team on there can be gotten. Shoot, I feel every team in the NFL could be gotten by the Oakland Raiders, to tell you the truth. But yeah, man, I'm just saying. But let's get back to the point. McDonald's is not real food. Stop saying that. Stop eating that. Don't do that. And go Raiders.
Yeah, that's the boy Jen. Wait.
Oh, yeah, this is Jen again. I forgot to say my main point. Just because everybody else let it slide, Stone Cold, Honky, I still am going to find that ass. All right, now I said everything I want to say. Go Raiders.
You've been put on notice, Honky. Gent's like 6'4", and he's full of vinegar.
What's up, Raider brothers? It's Homer. I'm just a little bit excited about hearing that Marshawn is getting in great shape. I just think that guy's one of the most explosive running backs that I've ever played in the NFL. Reminds me a lot of Earl Campbell. We get that guy going, he's good for 1,200 yards. I think this offense is going to surprise a lot of people. It's going to smash mouth, but it's also going to be very creative. We're going to have short plays and long plays. And I expect Amari Cooper to step up too this year. Everybody that doubts Derek wants to trade him. I'm just tired of reading that crap. Just stop. If he hasn't proven himself, why don't you go root for another team? They're Raiders. That means we are one nation, no division. I hope you guys get that. Gruden is here for a mission to win Super Bowls, to out-scheme other coaches. And he brought in some great minds to help him with that, including our defensive coordinator, Paul Gunther. I'm excited to see the system that he's going to install, much like Mike Zimmer's. Quit with the negative stuff on the blog. Man, any of you guys that are married, your wives must get tired of that crap. You guys sound like little bitches. Have faith in the system. Have faith in the process. Raiders!
All right, good call by your boy Saint Homer.
Yeah.
My tailgate buddy.
Yeah.
The guy sitting next to it every home game.
I had the privilege of sitting next to him one time also.
Yes.
It was fire.
And
it was a win too.
Yeah, you
Against
guys
the Chargers.
You guys both took your shirts off.
Not true. Not true, but Homer did. Homer did.
It was hot out there.
It was hot. You had to take a break.
Yeah, I ain't mad at
You had
him.
to take a water break.
But yeah, he's some people here commenting on his energy. He's actually not reading a script. I talked to him about this last week. He's just a little nervous on the phone. He's real fired up on game day, so don't think that that's the homer that you're talking to on the blog. The energy he has on the blog is the energy to expect in person. The dude's hella cool, very knowledgeable about football, and some of the takes he's had in the past, you guys have like really flamed him about that.
Yeah,
I've had some of the same takes, and we've been right.
Yeah.
All the stuff about the coaching staff, we were right. You got to see the game for what it is, not for what you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's
true. It's true.
Anyways, we're gonna jump right back on the air here because it is getting late and you guys are on there, and brevity is the soul of wit, as Polonius said.
There you go with that literature.
That's
literature major.
It's a Shakespeare character.
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Excuse me.
All right, and we're back. So let's respond to some of these callers. Yeah.
Yep.
Ice cold honky coming in, ice cold. No, I will say that was a really good call by the honky. The guy knows his college football. For him, the first round is he could do that with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
And if he's saying Roquan Smith is a real deal, I'm gonna believe ice cold honky. He doesn't watch a lot of NFL now because he's got opinions about the game and about the politics around the game. And this doesn't have anything to do with kneeling. This goes way back. But you talk to him about round 6 and 7, and he'll drop some serious names on you.
Okay.
So the guy really knows the draft. He's interested in where players go and where they end up according to their fit. And beyond that, that's kind of where he stops with the NFL. But he knows college football. And like I've said in the past, if I had the time, I would watch more college ball because I think in a lot of ways it's more exciting than the NFL. These guys are playing for their career.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of heart on the line. And of course, there's a lot of mismatched talent too, which leads to some high-scoring games and some crazy plays. And that's part of the fun.
Yep.
The tradition, the size of some of those stadiums is absurd. The noise, the music, there's so much tradition in college football. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But good take there by the Ice Cold Honky. Podunk wants us to talk pass rush. Marcus Davenport, Harold Landry, Bruce Irvin. Here's my thing on Davenport. The dude's a heavy hitter. The guy's a sure-tacular for sure. He's a big load coming down, but I think he lacks agility.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs space to get to top speed. He's a little slow for me off the snap. Not a guy that we're going to take in the first round. Not a guy I don't think we take in the second round. Too much of a project. We need a guy that can plug in and play right now. We're done with projects, I hope. Fingers crossed, I hope. Harold Landry's a guy I really like. I was watching the combine. I got to watch one day of the combine. I got to watch the linebacker drills. He looked excellent in the pass coverage drills. Harold Landry looked really fluid in space. In fact, he's the guy that he had run the example drill before they started the official drill. So those guys know who to pick. They've been keeping their eyes on who they want to demonstrate those drills, and Landry was the dude. The thing is I think Landry's going to be a real good fit in a 3-4 scheme.
Yeah.
3-4 is a real versatile scheme. You ask a lot out of your linebackers. So I don't think Landry's a pure pass rusher. I don't think he's a pure run stuffer. I think he's going to excel in pass coverage. And I think the 3-4 is a good fit for him. I don't think he ends up here. But I do like Harold Landry. As far as Bruce Irvin being a dedicated pass rusher, I think I'm not buying that 100%.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be pass rushing a lot of the time. But I do think you'll see him back in his normal, his native spot as an outside linebacker on this defense at times. I think it's going to be situational. I don't think he's going to be putting his hand in the dirt every single play. I think we're reading a little bit too heavy into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a great majority he will be.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. I think he's a good combination of speed with Mac with the power and technique on the other side. And we saw 2 years ago what Irvin can do as a pass rusher, primarily in that New Orleans Saints game. I think he flashed real well in that game rushing the passer. As I believe he forced a fumble and maybe even recovered that fumble. I'm probably wrong there, but I think he had 2 forced fumbles that season rushing the passer. So I like it. I like that look, but I do think I do hope we get another edge rusher or another linebacker that can rush the passer in this draft. Obviously, if Chubb falls to us in the first round, which he probably won't, you draft that guy.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And you tell Irvin, hey, look, we know we said this, but we're going to ask you to kind of do both. So, do you have thoughts on any of those names?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on any of those two that he mentioned. And I don't think that I think they possibly go early. Mm-hmm. And so I really feel like we would be looking at an edge rusher in the second or the third, not in the first. I don't feel that we would go there unless, like you said, it's Chubb. If Chubb falls to us by some miracle, then yeah, you take him, right? But I don't think that's going to happen, and I think we'll go a different route, either DT or linebacker. You already heard my take on that. I like to go linebacker, but
yeah.
But I feel like we wouldn't be looking at an edge rusher until the second or the third possibly. And a name that kind of popped out for me just watching the combine, and then I went back and I looked at some of his film, and he looked really good, man. He looked really explosive. Of course, lots of guys look really good in the combine, so there's only so much you could take from that. You really got to study the film, which I haven't had a chance to do extensive work, but from what I've seen, a guy like Lorenzo Carter from Georgia.
Oh, wow.
I really liked what I saw from him. And I think he's a guy that will go late. I think he will go in the second round, somewhere in the second round, maybe even later than that. Just because of what other teams are going to be doing, not because of the talent, just because of all the other names that are being mentioned in front of him, and because of what teams' needs are as far as quarterbacks and all that kind of stuff. You're going to see teams taking players earlier than maybe they're ranked just because of their need. So a guy like Lorenzo Carter, if he falls to us in the second, maybe even the third, if he falls, that would be a great pickup for us. I really feel like that guy has some upside.
Okay.
And I don't think that we've seen the whole. I don't think we've seen the best from him as far as what he did in college. I think he could be a lot more as effective as a pass rusher in the NFL.
Yeah. All right, strong. You're throwing some names out there we haven't heard yet, so I like that. So let's move on. 303 Raider. I like your call, man. I agree with a lot of your takes. Primarily the way you want the draft to shake out, getting a corner in the second and getting a running back in the third, and then maybe going safety or linebacker in the first. I would really like to see it play out that way. Again, like I've said before, this is a deep draft for running backs, and you can wait on that. You're not going to get the best running back on the draft, but I think you can get a guy that you can work with and eventually plug in there, either be the complement to Lynch or the successor to Lynch in the next year or two. So I like the way that he has the draft shaking out. So I appreciate your calls too every day. Every week, 303. And then I guess just jumping ahead a little bit, have you ever been to Otra Vez? And do they have the best chips and salsa? Because I love the name, and Ant sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So
yeah, let us know. 303. Let us know real quick.
Yeah, but So Ant from the 7, Raider from the 7. Ant, I liked your call too. If we get out to Denver, we'll see what's up, man. Maybe you could meet up with the crew. That would be cool. The more the merrier. Would be a merry band of bandits. Say that 3 times fast. Juice, man, I see you in the YouTube chat, and I like your call. It's a good point. We didn't really touch on that with the schedule, but not a lot of back and forth travel this year.
Right.
Which seems to be the trend with the Raiders schedule, and a lot less of that, which leans heavily in our favor.
Yeah.
We are traveling, but it's not back-to-back weeks or back and forth every other week. So that does play heavily into our favor.
Yeah, the last 2 seasons we had probably the most miles out of every team.
Yeah.
In the NFL,
Yeah.
In terms of travel. So.
And it wasn't close.
Yeah, it wasn't close. So you got to figure that's gonna pay some dividends to us in the form of rest, energy, and effectiveness on the field.
Yeah. John from New York City, welcome aboard, man. Appreciate the call. I'm glad you're listening to the podcast. Looking forward to more calls from you in the future, so shout out to you for show. again, more schedule talk, and I think we covered that pretty well. So, Gent, man, always love your calls. I'm always crossing my fingers. Did Gent call in this week? He did. I texted him earlier and he get back to me. He's probably busy again. Another hardworking guy, another family guy, good friend of mine. Basically family there. We go way back to high school. So, Gent, man, yeah, you're right. McDonald's, all said and done, is trash. But it has a taste that people crave.
It's addictive.
Yeah.
We never, by no means did we say that McDonald's food is fire, bro. No way. Not at all.
Nah.
But there's always some reason why you end up grabbing some McDonald's.
Usually you're inebriated. What I get mad at is when people feed their kids that on a regular basis.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like that at all. I feel like you should get CPS calling taking your kid to McDonald's every week. Man.
Tell me I'm wrong, Che, but when we were young, going to McDonald's was like a special trip. It didn't happen every week.
It was the one thing that you always asked for. It was the one thing that you very rarely got.
Mm-hmm. That was McDonald's.
And that's good parenting, bro.
I'll stand by their French fries. Everything else for me is questionable as far as food quality.
Yeah.
But it does have a taste people crave. Getting a fresh burger from McDonald's, if that's the itch you got, it will scratch it. But I'm proud to say I don't think I've eaten McDonald's in over 2 years.
It'll scratch that itch, and then shortly after you feel depressed.
Yeah, and then
we'll be like, "Damn, why did I do that?"
Then you'll have an itchy butthole about 2 hours later. And he fired on you, Ice Cold Honky. Fired on you. So
Shots fired.
Shots fired. We got ourselves a little caller battle going on right now. Let's hope it keeps up because I think it's very entertaining. And then lastly, man, Homer, man. Like I said, we sit next to you at game day. On game day, tailgate with you every home game.
Yeah.
You're passionate. You're one of my favorite Raider fans I think I've ever met. You're just a really good dude, and you're my brother. You're a really good friend of mine that I met late in life, much like the rest of the Pillaging crew, much like the man that's sitting to my left right now.
Hey.
And I got a lot of love for you, man. And you're right about Marshawn. I think I'm more excited about Lynch this year than I was last year, and I was pretty excited last year. And I think it all played out actually pretty well considering the circumstances for Lynch last year. I know his antics weren't appreciated by a lot. I'm on the fence about some of them. I think some of them could be explained, but there really was no excuse for it at the end of the day. But very excited about Lynch. He and his interviews are short, they're sweet, and they're few and far between this offseason, but he seems excited. And I'm seeing him in like every training video he shows up in, every picture he shows up in. So he's grinding out there.
Yeah.
He looks to be in really good shape.
Yeah, no, he's invested, man. That's the one thing that I think is key for us as fans.
Yeah.
That we want to see an invested Marshawn, somebody that wants to be out there, wants to be part of the team. And clearly if he was willing to, renegotiate his contract and he's still playing for us, then I think that goes to show you a lot of people didn't see him coming out of last season, especially the way the season went.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody had him being let go, cut, traded, all this kind of stuff, him retiring again, whatever. And he's still here. He's still out there on the field with the young guys. This is another key point, right? He's being a mentor to these guys.
Yeah.
So say what you want to say about his antics, whatever. You like it, you don't like it. The guy is invested in the team, and that's key to me. I think that's the most important thing that we want to see out of our players.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. All you need is buy-in. It starts there. Everything builds off of that. And then I think Homer's take regarding the offense is spot on. I mean, I don't think Gruden comes in here with the same offense he had when he was here. He said in the interview with Albert Breer today, his scheme in Tampa was different than his scheme in Oakland. You scheme to the personnel you have. And, of course, it's almost like been what? Close to, I think, 16 years, right, since he's been in Oakland, somewhere around there. So it's going to be different, but it's going to be a mix. The one thing that Gruden likes to do is keep offenses off balance. He's got I believe it's the Charlie play, where you hit a team with a big play. Mm-hmm. You might hear Carr screaming Charlie. I don't know what the key word is, but that means hurry up and let's hit him with another one real quick.
Right.
And that was a trend that you saw in Oakland before, and that's just sort of a philosophy thing that I don't think changes. You can do that with any personnel, and I think he's real high on Carr being able to call things from the line of scrimmage. So look for some hurry-up offense this year. Look for him to catch teams by surprise, and look for the same thing on the defense. I think that PG and JG complement each other well on both sides of the ball in that regard.
Yeah. Hey, what were we begging for last season, man? We were begging for some no huddle. We were
Yeah.
begging for some 2-minute. We were begging for them to do some hurry up offense. And we know that Gruden has had a lot of success with that. Gannon used to go no huddle all the time, bro.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
if that's the same, if we get similar offense in those terms, obviously terminology is gonna be different. They're gonna be
Yeah.
trying some new things.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, I think that's also key to what he said, right? When he
Yeah.
said we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back to 98. We're gonna take it back to 99. Like people wanted to jump down his throat and say like, "What?
Yeah,
You're
no.
living in the past, bro." No, he's talking about like we gotta change up. We gotta pick up the pace. We gotta want this a little bit more. Play
Yeah.
a little bit tougher. Beat people up. Get in their get in their face mask. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's not talking about trying to relive the past.
No,
Trying to do things exactly the same as before. Come on now, people.
He's talking about throwback, hard-nosed football, and
That's
it sounds funny to say '98 was throwback. 'Cause I think like the '70s is throwback. Well, but he's right, and I think he means in terms of preparation too. Is this whole organization needs a real booster shot in the ass as far as getting ready for game day. So. Yeah, and then all the card trade talk stuff, we won't even entertain that. We're with you on that, Homer. That's just crazy talk. But yeah, definitely, I think Gruden values versatility, and the reason why is he wants to be able to do anything on the field at any time, no matter what package he has out there, because you just never know when Gruden's going to push the hurry up button and kick it into gear. So those were your calls. We're going to do I See You, and then we're going to run the interview with Phil. And then we're going to come back and we'll do our shout outs and then we'll be out of here. So I See You is going to be kind of a double thing. So it's I See You.
I see you.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to go ahead and let the YouTube chatters fire some comments at us. And this is going to be kind of how the segment goes from now on. So I encourage you guys to get involved in the live stream. If you're on there right now, go ahead and send us some questions. While we wait for your questions to roll in, I also wanted to shine a spotlight on Phil Villapiano and his campaign. So I do believe he won Jersey Shore Sportsman. All-time sportsman or sportsman of the decade, or I don't know what the category was, but basically it was a spotlight on athletes coming out of Jersey, and he won that just the other night, I believe. And the next campaign he's involved in is the Hall of Fame. So he's just been informed that he's going to be a part of the candidates of the 2019 Hall of Fame class. So if you want to get involved in that, take to Twitter, follow Villapiano. That's his daughter that runs that account. She's a real awesome woman. She's the one that helped me get this interview. We worked on it for about 2 months before I was able to land it, which is why Kane's not in here for that and Shay's not in here for that, is because I had to pre-record that early on Monday because it's the only time I can get him. So luckily the stars aligned. I had my week off, and it was meant to be on that day. We were going to hold this for a draft day special interview, but with Malik canceling, we run that this week. And again, stars aligning. I think it's actually a good
It's perfect, man.
good compliment to tonight's show. So I just wanted to highlight that. There's also a Facebook page for those of you still on Facebook. Just search Villapiano. There's a Facebook page for him. Of course, his nickname Foo. You can throw that in your search field too. And find the Facebook page, follow it, share it, and let's push to get this man into the Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
And Tom Flores too, man.
All of them, man.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Well, those are the two my eyes are set on right now.
Yes.
And then I think next up to bat after that's got to be, for me, Jim Plunkett.
Of course.
My favorite Raider growing up.
Come on now. 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah. So got to get Flores and Plunkett in there. Got to get some Latinos in the Hall of Fame. So let's see if you guys got any questions here. Daniel Daniel Garcia asks, Dan78 asks, will we be surprised if we go offense at 10? And if we do, who is the pick? I'll be mildly surprised, Dan. Mildly only because we know Gruden is a factor. And, so I think that's to be not expected, but I wouldn't be shocked. We had Stephen Michaels on here, and he said, don't be shocked if the Raiders throw a curveball and Gruden goes offense in the first round. At 10, I would think that the pick would have to be Calvin Ridley. I know McGlinchey is in there as an offensive lineman, but not at 10. Yeah. McGlinchey's a first-round pick if we trade back. And then, of course, there's Geis, right? Do you disagree, or do you have different thoughts on that?
No, I don't disagree. I think you can't be surprised because as Raider fans, the typical or the expected never happens.
Yeah.
So from that standpoint, you can't be surprised if we go offense.
Right.
We're all expecting defense, whatever, cornerback, DT, linebacker, and they go wide receiver. That wouldn't be that shocking. But it's like you said, it depends on who's there, who's available.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there's fewer names that you would take at 10 from the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it's a good way to put
than
it.
there is defensive guys. So that's why I have to lean towards the defense. But you never know, man. You never know.
So Dan78 also asked, he asked a couple more questions. I want to pick one out of the two. He asked, who's the best DT, Vita Vea or Hurst? Well, Dan, it really depends on what you're looking for. I think Hurst is the 3-technique guy that we need. I think Vea is a 1 guy. I think he's got a great bull rush. I think he's powerful. Like I said, I don't think that power is going to look as dominating as it did in the NCAA, but I still think he gets push, but he's not the type of player we're looking for. So if we go DT, I'd rather us get Hurst. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded. I think he offers more explosiveness off the snap. I mean, the guy's speed off the snap is incredible. So for me, I'm a Hurst guy. I was high on Vea for about 15 minutes, but the more and more I looked at it, the more I thought about it. I think Maurice Hurst is the better of the two guys in terms of fit. I think Vea will have an impact for a team. It just won't be the Oakland Raiders. Yeah. D-Boy asks, how far back would be too far if the Raiders trade back? We should stay in the teens. I like 15, 16. Don't get back into the 20s. Yeah.
That's too far back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're trading back into the 20s, especially late 20s or whatever, maybe you might as well just trade all the way back in the second round.
Right. At that spot, I like to trade with Buffalo and possibly getting 2 first-rounders there, but that's not going to happen. So I would probably stay in the teens. You just get back a little bit more if the guy you want is on the board and there's a few guys there ahead of him and you're looking at need of the other teams around you, you trade back a little bit, maybe pick up another second rounder, another third rounder, kind of beef up there in the mid round, and then, you still get your guy in the first. I don't want us to trade back to get a guy that we're reaching on. I'd rather us trade back to get the guy that we want originally, who now, the way things have played out, he's going to fall there. So
right.
There's a lot of trade back talk going on the last 2 weeks, and I kind of hope we don't do it because I said it when this all started. 10 is just a fantastic spot to be at.
You're basically gonna have your pick of the litter, man.
You're gonna get a top 5 defensive player.
Yeah.
With the 3 to 4 quarterbacks are gonna go up there in the top 5, top 10. We're sitting real pretty at 10. So if you got to reach and get a guy at 10 that might drop to 15, but you can't get a trade, I'm not mad at that. We reached on Carl Joseph. He's yet to rise to that full potential, but I'm still a Carl Joseph fan. Still a fan of that pick. So there's a chance that a guy like Chubb might be there. There's a guy chance that Derwin James might be there. Now those are long shots, but crazy things happen on draft day. So
yep.
I say stand pat, but if you're going to trade back, don't trade back too far. Trade back, get a little bit of value in the mid rounds, and get the guy that you were targeting all along.
Yeah, no, I have to agree.
Don't settle, don't compromise. Keep your eyes on the prize.
And that's all going to come draft day, man. Like that's not something that's going to come before this draft starts or anything like that. If they do decide to trade back, it's going to be as the draft starts to come together, and they start to see, there's like a handful of guys that we would take at 10 that are still going to be there,
right?
14, 15, somewhere in those areas, wherever they might trade back to. So then that's when you might see that. But like you said, man, 10 it's a great spot to be in because, like you said, you can just which one do I want?
Surprised we didn't get any C.J. Anderson questions. He's going to Miami, by the way. Write that down. Last question, Dan78 again. Thanks for all the great questions, Dan. Are the Raiders even considering signing Des Bryant? No, they're not. That's not going to happen.
No.
We don't have much cap space. He's going to want a little bit more money. I think he will play for somewhat of a discount. I think Des has heart. I think he wants to play in this league, but he's not coming to Oakland. We got Jordy. We got Crabtree. We'll see who gets that slot position.
Not Crabtree.
I mean, sorry, Cooper. Whoa. Yeah, no, I was thinking in the background of my head is you don't release a guy like Crabtree and pick up a personality like Bryant. That makes no sense. So,
especially not after the season that Bryant had.
Yeah. Yeah,
It wouldn't be improvement. It wouldn't be improvement.
That's an expensive gamble, and that's not going to happen. So, that's a good segment. I think we're going to keep doing that next week. Hopefully, we get even more viewers next week in the live thing, just for some diversity. Hope all you guys come back too. We got our little gang now here joining us. It feels like they're in the room with us.
Yeah,
it's not so lonely up here, Che.
Yeah.
It's good to have some company with us. So this is fun.
We never feel lonely.
No, we're good
have
friends.
a good time up here.
Yeah, we do. But no Romo. We have a good time. No Romo. But it's fun. It's fun. We really value the interaction with the fans. Again, if you're on Twitter, and you at me and you ask me a question or you make a comment, I'm going to respond to you almost every single time. So Che too, didn't mention that earlier. I think we mentioned it off the air. So now that we're on the air, you're a part of the Twitter village now.
Yeah, I'm on there now.
How do people find you on Twitter?
At me at Che_PJ4F.
Easy. That's easy, man.
Real simple.
And then and if you can't find it that way for whatever reason, just go to my follows and or who I'm following. You'll find them in there. Also follow Kane at KaneMT6. Couldn't be here tonight. I hope he's all right. I hope he's doing okay. My thoughts go out to you. Hopefully it's just you're just tired, man. And if you're getting that rest, good, because you need it. I know you're out there hustling. And follow at Raiders Unsung. That's our boy Chase. He is an official statistician of the Oakland Raiders. So during home games, Chase is up there in the booth. So when you hear him on the show, or you're reading his articles, or you're following him on Twitter, he knows what he's talking about. He's a good guy, great personality, very affable. And surprisingly, he doesn't have many followers. He's been on there for a little while now. Please go follow our guy, Raiders Unsung. Please, I ask you guys like once a week to go follow him. Please do that. He does tweet out his video breakdowns, which are very entertaining, and he retweets a lot of great stuff, a lot of good nuggets, in case you missed it. So follow him, follow the whole crew on Twitter. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, you're going to hear the interview with Phil Villipiano, and then we're going to come on to our shout-outs and send you guys off. And
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, this is where I plug in the interview. This might be a 3-hour show, dude.
We're kicking it up a notch, man.
Yeah, so let's take a short breather. Oh yeah, I forgot we're still on air here.
YouTube is still there, bro. Don't forget about the fans.
Oscar music playing in the background. Yeah, so we're gonna, if you guys are still down to stay in the chat, stick around. We're just gonna come on and do the shout outs. If you guys want to bounce, I get it. The show is pretty much over. Again, if you want to hear that interview with Villipiano, make sure that you download or listen to the podcast. I highly recommend getting the app. It links you straight to the website. It gives you the call-in number right in the app. You can call straight from the app. You can email me straight from the app. You can find us on Twitter, IG, and Facebook straight from the app. And, of course, you can listen to every single episode straight from the app. And the bonus content, that's going to be coming to the app, it looks like. I got a feeling that's a good move for us. So we got to bait you guys into this just a little bit. And the best thing is the apps are free. They're running really well. They both have the same look on iOS and Android, so it's good. No operating systems missing out. You guys get the full sandwich no matter where you're at. The full 2-piece combo with a drink on both apps. What you know about that?
With the 2-piece.
You know what, man? I'm a 3-piece combo guy.
Man, 2-piece is too small, bro.
Because one's always a wing, dog.
Yeah, and that's not filling, bro. A wing is not filling. I'm sorry. There's a reason why you're able to buy wings in large amounts, because they're not filling, bro. You gotta have at least 10 wings to fill like you had a meal.
Now, we went to the races on Friday out in Watsonville, the dirt track, and we got a 12-piece. We polished that thing off. Me and my brother just polished that off. Yeah. I like naan on a fried chicken wing. They're bigger than your average wing, but I need a little something more substantial, so I get that 3-piece with the biscuit.
There you go. Oh, you got
pow, pow, pow with the biscuit.
With the biscuit, man. That 1, 2, 3.
And the fourth.
It's a jab, hook, uppercut, man.
Yeah, and then the biscuit's right to the gut, right?
There you go.
The combo comes with Niners season tickets and a churro. Shout out to Jay's joke. Yeah, that's for real. That joke originated on the podcast, Colbo, so I'm glad he reset that on Twitter today. That Shay brings the fire, man. I like to laugh. I do a lot of laughing on the inside. You are one of the few people that really make me belly laugh out loud, dude.
I laugh out loud, man. I'm
Yeah.
all about the outward laughter.
No, but I'm saying you make me actually laugh out loud.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a good time. All right, so let's just jump back on this and wrap this up because I got to get this edited. It's already 11 o'clock, brother. And we got some brisket incoming, possibly.
Come on, Paulie.
Yeah, I think he's waiting until we're done, so I'm just going to let him know we're done.
Come on, Paulie,
Right
go on,
now.
bring the brisket, son. Tell him not to be afraid of the cameras, man. Come pull up a seat.
Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. All right, let's do some shout-outs here.
Shout outs. Oh, let me get that. Let me apologize. I didn't get all the IG shout outs written down today.
Yeah.
So I'll revisit some of those guys that followed us this week in next week's segment.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right, we're back once again. That was an interview with Phil Villapiano. Again, he's a contender for the Hall of Fame in 2019, so get behind that cause, support that cause.
Yeah.
Che has not heard the interview yet, and we didn't have time to sit here for the whole 1 hour and play that back. Anyways, but check that out. We might revisit some of those comments next week if Che wants to chime in on that. Kane wants to chime in on that. No problem resetting a guy like Phil. He definitely deserves that. So we appreciate that. He said he'd be willing to come back on the air with us, and
Awesome, man.
that'd be great, man. It might be a good mid-season interview.
Yeah.
Ask him how he feels because he's real big on John Gruden. And for those of you that already listened, you know this, but spoiler alert: Che's not a big fan of Marshawn Lynch. Not a big fan of Marshawn Lynch. Doesn't like the antics.
He's not.
No, he says on his team that wouldn't have flied. Now, the Raiders of yesteryear were full of antics.
I see that.
But they were steady pranking each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In his day and age, if you ran out to protect the Kansas City Chiefs, that might be your life.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. I see where he's coming from. That's old school. That's old school hard-nosed football, man.
Yeah.
You know?
But just to get
I
it,
respect it.
Just don't get it twisted, guys. It's not a race thing. It's not a political thing. I know Phil's an older generation guy. I know he's a white male. I'm just saying that because it's all the obvious stuff.
Right.
And some people might go there because you know how it's a hot button society we live in now. That's not what it's all about. He just wants the guy to kind of know his role a little bit and play inside of himself. You know, let it speak on the field and hang loose with your buds, man. You know, save that stuff for the locker room. He's told some stories about Raider pranks. We didn't get into it in this interview, but it's out there online. You could read some of that stuff. They're pretty funny. I wanted to get there, but man, I got an hour out of him. I couldn't ask for much more. So let's do some shout outs, man.
Shout outs.
Yeah, shout out to Dave Gonzalez. Shout out to Raider Roddy, Jordan Alexis, Nate NW83. Shout out to Scary J Blige.
Yes, I like that.
We should have an award for creative Twitter names, man. That's a good
Hell
one. I liked Raider Roddy too. You should change it to Rowdy Raider Piper.
There you
go. Rowdy Raider Piper. Shout out to Kai. Shout out to Lechero. Shout out to Chad Raider. Lechero. Shout out to Chad Raider Faller. Shout out to Luke Heitman, Rollicking Raider. Big shout out to Donald Day. Both you and Rollicking Raider enjoy our conversations online. Shout out to Sam Herbert, Shane Gordon, Ben Jammin, JT Pennington. Shout out Raider Cannon. Appreciate you too. Good to see you in the Raider chat today on YouTube. Shout out to Carlos J. Claudio, Richard Lee, James Harris. Not the James Harris, but James Harris. Shout out to Rude Boy G, Raiderette Cutie. Make sure you follow her, fellas. You know why. Shout out to Jazz Neil Baines and Duflas Gonzalez. Am I saying that right, Che?
What?
Anduflas?
Anduflas?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see it from here. I'm going to go ahead and say yes.
It's a name I haven't heard before, but I like it. Shout out to Harvey Webb. Shout out to Nick Thompson. And a special shout out to Raider Rue, who is rehabbing from his ankle surgery. He says he's got nothing to do but listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
You got more to do than that, but I appreciate the thoughts. Bro.
Had a good back and forth with him today on Twitter, man. It was cool.
Yeah. And he was also in the YouTube chat. So hope you get better soon, man. We need you on the field as soon as possible, dog. Get better, bro. And then shout out to all of our callers as well. 303, Podunk, the infamous Ice Cold Honky, Saint Homer, Gent, John in the NYC, Ant, and a few other of you. Oh, Juice.
There you go.
A couple other guys there I'm probably missing. I don't have the list in front of me right now, but shout out to all of you. You got some shout outs?
Yeah, I got some shout outs, some IG shout outs here. Again, the list is a little bit short. I apologize. I'll get to whoever I missed on the next week's segment. Shout out Raider Tex. Shout out Eric Hassey. Shout out RNWC. That's the Raider Nation Wrecking Crew.
Nice.
Northeast Chapter.
All right.
Okay. Shout out J Tapia 21 and shout out Ben V 91.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And Eric Cassie, man, that's a good friend of mine. Well, I'm not going to lie and say he's my good friend. He's a guy that went to a lot of tailgates with me and my crew back in the Gruden era. Cool dude, big A's fan, really big A's fan, big baseball dude. So he says his brother might listen to the show. But Eric, man, it's been a long time, brother, since I've seen you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're still grinding away, and big fan of East Bay Sports. So much love to you. Much love to everybody out there and everybody that joined us for the live stream. Those of you that missed the live stream, we will keep the videos archived. You can go back and watch those if you want. Put in a little small window at work. Check that out while you're doing your reports and whatnot, pounding those phones. We appreciate you. Again, download the app, iOS and Android. Just search the Pillaging app or the Pillaging Podcast on your app store. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air anytime. 408-909-PJFF, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursday is the cutoff to be on the night show. Lastly, get dipped in pillaging gear. Head over to pj4f.com/shop. You find yourself a nice t-shirt, nice little mug, beer glass, what have you. I think there's a flask up there too.
All the good stuff.
And just in case you forgot, I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
And we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.
Just win, baby.
All right, YouTubers. I swear I was never going to say that, but I just did. All right, pillagers. How about that?
Yeah.
You pillagers. Shout out to Texas, Cobos. Didn't know you were out there. Oh, that's cool, man. Texas is a pretty cool state. I've been through Texas a couple times. It's cool out there. I like it. It's pretty friendly people from what I've met, and good food everywhere I've been. Shout out Iron Raider, Captain Raider, Thor Raider, Hulk Raider, and can't forget Raider Avengers. Yes, shout out to all of them. Dan, Don Day, thanks for joining us. Raider Rue, Undertow, Juice, everybody that was on the chat tonight. I know I'm not getting all of you, but it's getting late. Sean Grogan, obviously you too. Raider Cannon, all you folks out there. Yeah, we out here.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Next week, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.